15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
If LeBron James could win a title this year, would it be his greatest accomplishment? Welcome to the show. Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. So glad to have you. We got a little LeBron update. We got a lot to do today, by the way. So we got a nickname bracket that we have revealed. We've got football for you. We've got jokes from last night at ESPYS to get to you. But, Pearl, let's start with LeBron because we did get a little bit of an update. It looks like everyone's pretending there's now a kumbaya and a see you in September, and he's going to be expected to be at training camp. So you can put to rest all the buyout stuff and all the trade stuff. So that's number one. It looks like LeBron James is going to be a Laker, at least to start the season.
Ooh, well, at least to start the season. Are we saying it's still in play? Are we going to do all this again at the deadline? But, yeah, obviously financially there really was never that much possibility of something else happening. Because he opted in at $52.5 million, which limited the Lakers' options. They were just going to buy that out and let him walk anywhere without getting anything in return. So
yeah, that'd be insane.
He's
really, still a commodity.
Well, he is a commodity, but nobody's going to trade anything good for a 53 million dollar 41-year-old. So that there was no world where a good team was going to give up really good assets to get LeBron James. So basically, they're stuck with each other. That's how I feel. Not like kumbaya, like oh, okay, we're stuck with each other.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not not going to be as perfect behind the scenes, and I'm sure we'll get plenty of passive aggressive comments to go with that. So that part of it, at least, we can put on pause for now. LeBron is going to start the season as a Laker. As far as the expectations that this could be his last year or the expectations for how the Lakers are supposed to do this year. Now, I know that, you can look at other teams in the West, and you can look at Oklahoma City, and you can look at Denver. You can look at what Houston did. But to be honest, like the Lakers are not that far down in the odds list in terms of finals winners according to the sports books. So OKC obviously is the defending champs. They're number one at plus 260. Then it's Houston, Denver, Cleveland, the Knicks, the Timberwolves,
for sure,
and then the Lakers. Like this is not, they're not like 15th. This is 7th, and 2-3 teams above them are actually in the Eastern Conference. So you're really looking at Oklahoma City, Houston, and Denver. The Golden State Warriors have lower odds, finals odds, than the LA Lakers. So to say that there's no shot that they would be competing for a title, at least Las Vegas is not seeing it that way.
Well, I've seen it at plus 14, so 14-1. It's not a great shot. It's got to be probably the lowest LeBron's ever been, right?
Well, I don't have that information, but I'm just
think about
saying.
It. He was in Cleveland. He was in the East. I can't imagine that it was easy. So, and then he was with the Lakers. Maybe some of the injured Laker years, but he had Anthony Davis. He's 41. I feel like that's not great odds.
Well, he's not doing it alone, though, right? Like, he has Luka, which I think is the reason why, when you're paired up with another superstar, that it's not that far down. And I can look at OKC, and I can make a case that, nobody basically repeats anymore except for Golden State, and that was now a decade ago. Houston added Kevin Durant. Since when is that added up to championships since that Golden State team was winning? Denver Nuggets, listen, they've got issues. They just replaced a coach and they replaced their general manager. They clearly don't want to get into that second apron, whatever the financial stuff. They've made it some ads, but not superstar ads. They just made pieces like Bruce Brown and stuff.
I like their ads.
Role players, though, not needle movers. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That one I don't totally agree with you, but go ahead.
Who's the needle mover for
Denver?
Denver?
It's just like the only reason Denver hasn't won the last 2 titles is because they only go 3 deep. It's like all of a sudden they're a different team, but go ahead.
Well, I don't think anyone looked and said, wow, Bruce Brown's back. We're definitely winning.
I think everybody said, oh, you lost Bruce Brown. That's why you lost the next year. I think everybody said that. And
Cam Johnson
KCP.
way more reliable than Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah,
Possibly.
every NBA pundit loves Cam Johnson over Michael Porter.
Fine. And Minnesota, who has not been able to put it together yet. So I'm just saying that
Minnesota destroyed the Lakers in the playoffs last year. Destroyed. And they're not even a title threat either.
I would say that give Luka and LeBron some more time together if they're actually going to put in the time, this offseason to really try to gel. What I'm saying is it's not like they're 15th in odds. They're not in the middle of the pack. They're the upper echelon. So asking you, what would it do? Would this be the most meaningful title of LeBron's career? Again, that Cleveland title is going to be really hard to top. His hometown, going back after he had spurned them to go to Miami, how it went down, coming back on the Warriors, all of it is legendary, right? It feels like folklore.
Mm-hmm.
This, though, I don't want to take it to the Jordan debate, but man, this would be a real notch and a real mile, tent pole, if you will, for people who want to still have the Jordan-LeBron debate. Say Jordan was long retired at this point, long gone, and LeBron's still winning titles.
Well, yeah, but for LeBron to win a title, I think realistically he has to go to a contender at the trade deadline. And then aren't we just talking about late career Kareem at that point? Because I don't even think it's. You should definitely bet the Lakers at 14-1 because I do not see that happening at all. And first of all, let's start with the fact that skinny Luka is definitely going to be worse than fat Luka. Is anybody on me with this? Like,
wait, what?
His main advantage
way.
is he's so freaking big that nobody can reach around him to get the dribble. Now skinny Luka is going to get mauled in today's NBA. Have you guys seen pictures of him lately?
He looks great.
He looks like a man. Yeah, I know. He's going to kill his game.
I know, but you always make fun of him. You kill him for being out of shape. Now you're going to kill him for being in shape.
That was his greatest superpower. Did you ever see a guy try to reach around that stomach to get to the ball?
Oh my God.
No, but Luka needs a full on let's give James Harden every call kind of season to be good. I don't think I'm not a huge Luka guy either. So the combo, who's playing defense on this team? I don't even think they're a championship contender. But if somehow he did get to a title contender, he'd be late. Nobody cares about Kareem's last couple titles because he was sort of an add-on to that team who was not I hope if you saw Kareem in 1987, I hope you don't think that's who he was as a player. And I think LeBron is closer to that than prime LeBron.
Okay, but nobody introduces Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a 5-time NBA champion. They introduce him as a 6-time NBA champion, and he's on all these lists. You don't think...
I got to be honest, wasn't totally aware of that. I don't think of Kareem's titles. I don't think of Russell's titles because Jordan's number one on our list. I only think of Jordan 6 versus LeBron 4. Kareem, nobody's adding, not many people are counting his titles against LeBron's. Everyone has LeBron at number 2, most people.
Yeah, and Kareem might be 3 or 4. I'm just saying nobody's taking away that championship because you're going back and parsing through, was Kareem the same guy in 1987 that he was in 1977?
But there are a lot of older people who say, man, you guys have no idea what Kareem was because you saw him late in his career. You don't understand the Rookie of the Year MVP season. Yeah, you don't understand what he was like because you only saw late career Kareem. I think that hurts Kareem. I think this is going to be that kind of year if LeBron, he has to be the 4th piece on a team, honestly, to win a title. I don't think it's happening in LA if he's the 2nd piece.
So somehow you think that we're talking about LeBron James going to be staying with the Lakers, it looks like. All of that can be put to bed for now. We'll see you in the trade deadline if this gets all dusted up again. We're asking what another title, if he could win one this year, would that be the most meaningful of his career? 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Or even if you think the Cavs title is the most meaningful because there's sentimentality to it because he's from Cleveland or he's from Northeast Ohio, would this be the second best?
No, because if he wins this title, it's not going to be. Well, you're saying if he carries LA. Did you hear Rich Paul say, I don't want to be here because we don't have a chance to win a championship? Would you think he was just saying those words?
But I'm looking at the odds, and they're not that far off. There's 3 teams ahead of them in the West. That's it.
It's definitely the lowest odds. I would love anyone to challenge this. It's definitely got to be the worst odds he's ever faced. They got LeBron James, and they're below the Timberwolves.
Barely.
Barely. Yeah, but they're barely ahead of the Warriors, the Clippers, and the Magic. They're barely ahead of the Orlando Magic.
Well, let's be honest. You love to rag on the Eastern Conference. It's a little bit different calculus, and Orlando got good this year. So Orlando might be going through a little bit of a renaissance. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the Lakers, they're looking up at 3 teams according to the odds.
4 teams.
4. The OKC, looking up at Houston, Denver, and Minnesota. And I can poke holes in all of those teams. And I can say those teams are flawed just like you think the Lakers are flawed. Okay. And if you've got motivated skinny Luka, he could be the MVP of the league.
Okay. If we ask this poll, which would win? Are the Lakers more likely to win the title or get knocked down in the first round? Which do you think wins?
Oh, I don't think people believe next year they're going to get knocked down in the first round. Not with Luka looking like this.
I would say,
but that's also LeBron haters that could be voting on that. But I think the other one is about a title being meaningful and what that would mean for his legacy. Yeah. Again, you like to take away even Peyton Manning's second Super Bowl. He won it. You can't take it away from him.
This is closer. If he wins a title, it's going to be, and maybe even next year, it's going to be closer to Gary Payton with the Miami Heat than LeBron James with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What?
Because he's going to have to go to somewhere where he's just like, Gary Payton's probably extreme, but he'll have to go to a Super. He'll have to go to the Thunder. Like, to win a title, he's going to have to go to a great team. Like, he's not winning as the two. It's just not happening.
What if he goes to Cleveland? He'd be the two there. No question.
Then they're not winning.
This is for you. Yeah, that's fair.
888-710-4ISN. 888-710-4477.
Can I suggest a edit to the poll?
Yeah. Let me see the number, though.
I'm putting up that poll on my Twitter.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You're putting your own poll up.
I'm putting, is LeBron more likely to win a title or go out in the first round?
Fine. Put it up. Okay, EJ, what'd you want to do?
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to say, I think getting to the finals in some ways is more fair than winning a championship. I think that'd be a more closer poll.
Get to the finals? I think it's a good edit.
Because once you're in the finals,
yeah.
it's the Pacers got there and they were one game away from winning. So
Yeah, and if Halliburton doesn't get hurt, maybe that's a different game.
That is a pure team LeBron, let's celebrate getting to the finals.
Well, but you're giving them no shot at all. It'd be a huge accomplishment even if you got to the finals.
Yeah, it says the Buffalo Bills fan.
Well, who else has gotten to 4 straight?
I only ask that because we talk about the teams in the West that are ahead of them. So my thing is, all right, well, let's just say getting out of the West. Because that's the crux of this, right? Is that getting out of the first round, the problem is he does face a tough team in the West.
I'd rather actually go out in the first round than get through that West and then lose to the Magic.
I think you'd be majorly favored.
You get a shot blocked by Franz Wagner. That would be bad.
Is he going to be healthy? 888-710-4ISN.
I honestly think Rich Paul said that for a reason. They look at this team and wow, we're not on a championship team. And the thing about LeBron is it makes him feel like a bus rider a little bit. This whole process is I got it. That's one of the reasons people are all about Jordan, because LeBron had to join the Heatles. You know what I mean? LeBron had to join a super team to win a title. That is one of the big reasons people think Jordan will always be better.
That's fine, but that's also kind of ancient history when we're talking about this current debate.
Well, no, it's not, because to win a title, he's going to have to find a super team. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening with this, or he's going to have to get another superstar.
Okay, that's
Their
fine.
team is not good enough. He needs a super team to win.
But we're talking about a hypothetical where he and Luka, who could be an MVP this year, can actually get to the finals or win the finals. He's not going to be considered a bus rider there. First of all, he has been with the Lakers, won a title already with the Lakers. And so he doesn't get the bus rider. He's not Kevin Durant. We all know the difference.
I just don't think you're hype, and I don't think that hypothetical is reasonable. Maybe I'm being way too negative here. I just don't think that's within the realm of normal hypotheticals that Luka and LeBron are going to get through that West. Who's playing defense on this team?
Well, that's for JJ Redick to find.
That's my other issue. Who's coaching this team?
Well, Redick wasn't a disaster. It would have been way more fun for us if he had been, as far as just funny factor. LeBron James podcast co-host comes to team and implodes. But to be honest, we got to call it like it is. He wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
his first year. So presumably he'll get better.
All right. If we go with this hypothetical, it would be pretty amazing to win with this roster. You're going to need a lot of things to happen. A lot's going to happen to fall in place.
Well, the East looked completely different in our minds 6 weeks ago, 7. We thought Boston would have been there. Indiana would have been there. Maybe Milwaukee. We're not sure what's going on, even still with Giannis as being passive-aggressive. So things change. And so things could change in the West also. People get hurt. I'm not rooting for it, but things happen. It's professional sport.
Things... Also, LeBron could change to Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas at the break. then that's a real legacy debate because that makes him, again, like get back to that bus rider thing.
That'd be a little different. He's got a no-trade clause, so he would call the shots on whether or not he wants to move.
Well, I think he wants to. I mean, like, is there any doubt? He's made it pretty clear. He's came out and had Rich Paul say, I want to go to a contender.
Yeah, but it was kind of
like that happened.
No, I know that there was all those comments, but I don't think they had a lot of teeth behind them because he opted into his contract. If he really wanted to go somewhere else, you just opt out and you go wherever you want to go and play for $5 million or $10 million, and you decide how your career ends. But he decided to opt into the $52 million, and then was like, "But I don't like how the team's going." It's like, well. You can say one thing, but your actions clearly said another, which is you're going to be in LA.
Yeah, I mean, I think, though, LeBron always takes the money.
I mean,
you're asking him to go from 52 to 5. I don't think he wanted to do that.
Well, Miami, he didn't take the max money to team up with Wade and Bosh. So that was the one time they didn't all take.
He didn't get the max money?
No, they all had to take a little bit of a haircut. Listen,
how much?
Not compared to regular people, it's nothing. But yeah, they all had to take a bit of a haircut to get in to make that happen.
Okay.
Even before the second apron ever existed, it was a glint in Adam Silver's eye. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. All right, so what's the final poll question? EJ, how are you going to word it?
I can keep it to winning a title. Now I'm going back. Now I'm back and forth on that.
Listen, he's one of the greatest players of all time. We got to keep the bar high.
Perloff mentioned the Orlando Magic. I said, you know what? That's a good point.
Well, okay. LeBron was 40, and he's just going to get worse because he's going to get older. So if he won one playoff game this year. I'm assuming, why would he get better?
Well, Luka could get better.
Well, Luka was fine last year by the time he played. Like they were good the second half of the year. They have no defense. Here's the thing. Maybe
they literally traded for him while he was injured.
Well, yeah, but Luka played they were pretty good, actually, the second half of the year after Luka. Remember they had that stretch?
They could be even better.
Right, but they just don't have the defense. I mean, like, EJ, you're the one who's always telling me the Thunder play both ways.
That's the problem with the Lakers is I don't think they're that bad. I just feel like it's the Thunder and everybody else. I mean, I'm just trying to figure, I don't know who beats the Thunder. I think the Nuggets probably have the best shot.
Took him to a game 7 this year.
Yeah, Nuggets could have beat him this year.
Yeah, I'm not as high on the Rockets as everybody else. I think the Clippers had a pretty good offseason, but they're really old and really injured.
Yeah, they added Bradley Beal yesterday.
And that being said, they're young pups compared to LeBron.
I know, exactly. And then the Lakers have the LeBron Lucas. The other thing, too, with the LeBron Luka thing is, will this work in terms of just personality? I mean, LeBron has clearly shown that he is not happy being demoted to second fiddle when it comes to priority in the organization. Like, what does that look like? I've never seen LeBron play a season where he is not considered the number one priority for all things involved in an organization. So does that affect his play? Does that affect chemistry? These are questions I don't know, which is why it's interesting that we talk about maybe this is his last year. Maybe he doesn't care. Like, maybe he just kind of coasts through the year and then says, all right, I'm out. I don't know.
Can't see him mailing it in. I think there's also like whether LeBron is minimized or he's not the priority. That's a good way to put it. He's like maybe not the priority, the number one focal point of the Lakers. I still think like you're asking who needs to come bring the guys together. You know, if you've lost 4 in a row and someone needs a play and you close the doors for a players only meeting, I still think it's LeBron who's addressing the team. Like I don't think that's going to be. I think he's still going to hold the leadership role. I think the locker room's still going to hold him in super high regard. Whether Luka got to go to some fancy dinner like that ESPN article said and got a binder from Rob Pelinka about the future, like in the moment, I think they're all going to follow LeBron, including Luka.
And Luka's he's not really a lead by talking guy. Yeah, but
and he pouts.
LeBron's so passive aggressive though.
So is Luka on the court though. His body language
is why awful. This is a weird, awkward thing. Like I saw someone comparing it to Maya Jones. LeBron, like Michael Jordan's like last year with the Wizards, and how Abe Pollin basically like soon that year was over, he's like, get out, you're fired. Like Michael thought he was gonna go back to being an executive, and it showed the NBA that anybody can be relegated to being just another guy. And I think LeBron is feeling that a little bit.
Yeah, well, Abe Pollin was smart because Jordan was a terrible owner.
He was definitely smart to do that, but it was Michael Jordan, though.
888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Okay, if LeBron can win a title, would it be the most meaningful of his career? Are you giving the Lakers any shot? As Perloff said, are they more likely to go out in the first round or be in the finals or win a finals? Okay, lots to do, including big day for us here on the show. we're excited about this. We've been working on it a lot. It's been difficult. We're not digging ditches here, but we want to make sure we're serving the audience in the best way possible. Today we reveal, Pearl, the top 64 greatest nicknames in sports. Yes, it's an NCAA tournament style bracket where we and you, the audience, will determine the greatest nickname in sports.
That sounds good. Magatron. Oh,
Still keeping that.
I think that it's going to stick.
I absolutely hated that.
Why? I could be Magatron.
Oh, you liked it?
I mean, yeah.
All right, Mags. All right, Magatron.
With all apologies to Calvin Johnson, because clearly riding some coattails there, but I could be Magatron.
Or Transformers, the entire series. You got to maybe pay Disney.
Wouldn't be the first one.
Definitely not Disney, but sure.
888-710-4ISN. 888-710-4476.
Have you never had a nickname? I sense like excitement. Like,
me?
Yeah, I think you're psyched to have a nickname.
I think that was
Mags.
her first ever nickname.
It is.
Mags is not a nickname.
No, Magatron.
Magatron, that's a nickname.
I think that's her first ever nickname.
I got the sense like you were really excited.
Yeah,
I am excited. I've never, besides Mags, which...
That's not a nickname.
Okay, well, that's like half of hockey nicknames. They just add a Y to somebody's last name and call it a nickname.
Magsy.
Magsy. A couple people call
Magsy
me
Malone? That's
Yes,
what Big Easy
that's
calls
what Big
it.
Easy calls
That
me.
is a nickname that you have, Maggie Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've
that
never
didn't quite stick, though.
I've never done anything that would warrant getting a nickname like Magatron. Don't you have to you have to accomplish something. You have to dominate at something. And I unfortunately don't have that on my resume.
No, I don't think you need to dominate. Like, you could get a nickname if your name is close enough. That's the most important thing, what your actual name is.
Right.
I can't believe Manny. I don't think young people do nicknames as much anymore because Manny and EJ, you guys have not had nicknames.
No,
Really.
I have.
What was your...
I mean, EJ obviously is a
No, that doesn't count.
Shortened versions of our name.
Also, my EJ the DJ.
Oh.
My dad calls me that.
There we
And
go.
then when I was in high school, it was like E-Money a lot.
Oh, your parents gave you nicknames? They just called me idiot.
Wait. I want to know more
Idiota.
about this EJ the DJ.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is that like an alter character that
his
you would walk
alter
into
ego.
a party and just take over?
Oh, it's just my dad's called me that since I was a baby.
And you got the aux cable?
EJ walks
I always do get the aux table.
Well, you're the oldest.
When I'm with my friends too. I'm the guy who gets the aux.
He walks into a bar and just goes right into the touch tunes, into the jukebox, and goes into EJ the DJ.
I would say
just
one
kick
more
it
thing,
like,
too.
the Fonz.
Yeah,
Just
right.
I think the kind of nicknames we're talking about are given to you as a teenager and a 20-year-old, not the name you get when you're 2 years old, like Sauce Gardner. Yeah.
Right, Booby Gibson, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think
those-
if they called you EJ the DJ from age 2, I don't know.
When I was in high school, my teammates would call me like E-Money.
Boogie Fland.
Yeah.
Boogie Fland's real name is John Well, but they call him Boogie because he liked to dance as a child. So
Yeah. Oh, there's so many names like that where a grandmother names somebody or like, that I don't think a lot of the names we have on this list are like that. They're more like, you know,
family given nicknames.
Yeah, like the guy just won his third NCAA title. Let's give him a nickname. That kind of name.
Champ.
EJ, I mean, Manny, you're out on this.
Thank you.
You know,
You
to be
just don't have
honest,
the energy we need for the nicknames.
I'm going to be honest, just like FYI, Champ Bailey is not on this list. I didn't even think about it.
Right, because that's not a nickname. That's his name.
Here's a big question. I have a great friend from high school. He's a big dude, so we call him Big Ed. Is that a nickname?
Nope. Not good. It is a nickname, but not good enough for this list. Like, this list is creative nicknames.
Damn, your
It fits him so
bar is really
but it fits-
high.
Big
a lot of
Ed,
people,
how
like,
would-
a lot of people are big or tiny or whatever. It fits them so perfectly though. Like Tiny Archibald.
Again, if you Google their name and it's called Tiny Archibald, then I say it's not. That's my rules on this.
So
But-
we're going to reveal the bracket. When are we going to reveal this, EJ? We've got it ready to go. 7 o'clock Eastern time. So top of the hour, we'll reveal the full bracket. And as far as the voting is concerned, we're going to do 2 regions today that you can vote on. And that's going to be at Maggie and Pearl on X. So we're excited about this. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476.
By the way, my dad is weighed in on this EJ the DJ conversation.
Good morning, Mr. Stewart.
He was like, "Well, you were on the microphones as a kid calling nicknames with your little tape recorder."
Oh, nice.
That's adorable.
Yeah, that is pretty cute.
EJ the DJ. There you go.
I had no idea that EJ liked to DJ.
Too bad
This
those
is
teams
this
were
is
so
awesome.
god-awful.
Hey, now.
No,
EJ knows.
this is the 90s.
He
No,
was
they were
calling
good then.
the
They were
games.
good then.
Oh, okay.
This is like John Starks. I'm like
This wasn't the Ray
I'm
Felton
like
era.
5 years old, 6 years old doing this.
Got it.
Oh, you're old, EJ.
888-710-4ISN, 4476. Okay, let's do it. We've got some fun jokes from last night's ESPYs that we want to get to you, and also a big question about a team many are picking to go to the Super Bowl. Are they ready for all this hype? It's Maggie Perloff.
LeBron James.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. Forty-five seconds remaining. Thirty seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Wesley Financial. Stuck in a timeshare and want out? Contact Wesley Financial Group now and get a free timeshare exit information kit at wesleyfinancialgroup.com. Okay. The LeBron camp trying to squeeze back into the Jordan debate with another hypothetical title this year. I think it's way too hypothetical if he stays with the Lakers. But I think the question out there, if he wins the title here, would it be, in a sense, the most impressive title he ever had? Because I don't think the team is very good. I mean, they have Luka, but team, it's a whole team. I don't think they're very good. So it would be crazy impressive. I just don't see a path. I think it just feels too much for me. Maggie, you think that at least it's in the realm of possibility?
Yeah, I'm with Vegas, I guess, on this one. They're not totally middle of the pack. They're looking up at 4 other teams in the Western Conference, and nobody repeats anymore, so I'm not just going to pencil in OKC. Maybe they'll surprise us, but, we thought Denver was going to be an easy repeat champion, and that didn't happen. They are looking up at Denver, so we'll see how they have retooled. We'll see how that goes. New coach, new GM. They are looking up at Minnesota. I don't think anyone really believes the Timberwolves until we see it.
Yeah,
they're never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
I don't think the Lakers want to match up with them.
Probably not. They're probably sick of that. But that's just the way that's the way the seeding falls, though. And
they're going to need the right seeding, like Luka had when he was in Dallas.
And then also you have Houston. Come on.
And Dallas and San Antonio and Golden State.
But those are all below them in terms of odds.
No,
they're not in front of them.
I think those are going to be brutal series to get out of. That's why I'm saying I'd be surprised if they won a first-round series.
Charlie is in Vancouver, Washington. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, guys. First of all, love the nickname thing. I'm going to give you who you left out of the whole pool before it even starts, so you get a chance to put them in.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give a couple of hopefully on-topic opinions. The big dumper. I know he's too recent, so nobody else, but the big dumper's got to be there. Cal Raleigh is going to be a phenomenal story in 10 years. He's already a really good story up here in the Northwest. Saw a little inside thing on him a couple years ago before he kind of hit it big when he was still hitting 210 and only 30 home runs. And it just seemed like the most down-to-earth dude in the world.
Yeah.
Secondly, Lakers. No, you can't have two big salaries like that don't play defense win a championship. It would just take too much. I understand what you're saying, Mags. They got a chance because I think some teams went backwards. I think Houston went backwards. I don't think you get better getting rid of Dylan Brooks, who may not be a good household name and all that. And who else they get rid of that's really good? But one
got
other
rid of
player.
Jalen Green, which definitely makes him
Thank you.
better.
Yeah,
That
I
definitely
don't know if it's Dylan Brooks, but I don't know what does Kevin Durant come in and totally upset the vibe flow? I mean,
get out of here.
I don't know.
Yes.
Trading Kevin Durant, they got Jalen Green out of the building. That is a huge plus, and I think everybody received it that way too.
Okay, I'll accept that. Hey, let me guys get your opinion on this. Did anybody see the CONCACAF thing where the U.S. played Mexico soccer just recently? No,
yes.
Probably not. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, so the pregame, when they almost set the whole thing on fire inside, I'm going, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm a Timbers Army member here in Portland. Sure, we have a little pyro, but it's outside, for God's sake. I was sitting there going, dude, you got to be able to breathe when you play soccer. And none of these guys, I couldn't even see the game. I thought it was just a screen, and then at halftime, they're talking about it. They actually went down to the sidelines, and she goes, I'd like to say it's not an issue, but yes, the players are, and it is noticeably, you can't see very well across the field. It's like, are you kidding me? Let's get this stuff straight.
Man,
and we'll never have a chance to win it till we care more. We don't care enough to have 20% of our fans on a home field be U.S. fans instead of the Mexican fans in that game. It's ridiculous. If we care more, maybe we got a chance. But we don't care more, and I get it. I mean, too many air sports. Sorry, covered too much.
Charlie, no, listen, all good topics. You're talking about the game that was in Houston. that looked like I thought it was Stadium Azteca. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the
Oh,
pyrotechnics. Right. I didn't realize they were creating so much like residual smoke and stuff on the field. That happens sometimes.
I was at the Eli Manning helmet catch Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, and there was so much smoke. I was in the auxiliary press box, literally like hanging on the roof like a bat. And I couldn't see what was happening because there was so much smoke coming out from different things they were doing. It didn't affect the field, but that is a big deal. Smoke indoors. I mean, I'm sure you've been in stadiums
totally.
too. We're like, what is going on here? I can't see what's going on.
It's like a layer of fog, but usually it's gone by the end of the game.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the TV in Houston. Did you guys notice that?
I noticed it was hazy.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, it's hazy out there.
Right, because
it was closed, right?
Yeah, it was closed, which I think is why it never left. Like, and I've been to you guys have been to WrestleMania a little bit. I've been to WrestleMania and other wrestling events. That happens a lot too, because they use way more pyro than normal.
Sure.
And then it's just like a really weird gray haze for a good hour or two.
Looked like every Turkish and Italian soccer game I've ever witnessed in my life. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
Also, the Big Dumper, as far as making our list of 64 nicknames. Now, here's one thing. So it is so recent.
Yeah, but how does he know he's not on the list?
Well, that's true. But 2, and I don't give too much away, does it matter that Cal Raleigh really fought the Big Dumper? Now he's embraced it, but the reports were that he didn't like this nickname. Now, that happens. Sometimes you don't like your nickname, but I thought he was actively trying to get away from Big Dumper until maybe he realized, there could be some monetary benefit, or the more I fight this, the more the clubhouse is just going to double down.
I don't think it matters if he didn't like it. I think if people call you that, that's fine. I just think there's a obvious recency bias.
Yeah.
You can't be less than a year people knowing you're the Big Dumper and now you're one of the greatest nicknames of all time.
It is pretty great though.
It is. I want to see it stick though.
Also,
the nickname or his posterior?
Both are impressive. Don't worry though. Seattle is more than represented in this bracket. Let's get to CeeLo. That's a little tease for you. We're going to, top of the hour, reveal our top 64 nicknames in sports. We're going to get to a champ, CeeLo. That's our goal today.
That's the idea,
or through
right?
the next couple days, yeah.
Very good. We're sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Well, one of the bigger headlines or social media chatter, I guess we'll say, Wednesday into Thursday in this slow sports week, actually the edgy monologue from Shane Gillis hosting the ESPYs last night. The awards themselves, I guess, weren't all that notable, but the performance from Gillis, polarizing to say the least. So I'll hit a couple of these jokes here, and this is the one that seemed to be making the rounds the most, at least from what I saw.
4-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players. That's crazy. You clap for that.
Also claimed, there's a lot of awkward laughter last night. Also claimed to be a big Caitlin Clark fan, but took aim at her as well at one point along the way.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women.
And one guy yells, there at the end. It was uncomfortable.
The one that yelled, was Drewski.
And I thought it was John Jones, which I don't know. Maybe it was Drewski. That would make sense. There was another Caitlin Clark, though, joke that actually was, I thought, his funniest of the night.
Okay.
Do we have that one?
The quality wasn't phenomenal, the audio quality. It was a recording of a TV.
If you tell me which one you're looking for, I have the full 8 minutes, I think, clean, so we can grab that.
Let's grab it because I thought the monologue was tough. Apparently, this is a really hard room. Some comedians have said this is the toughest place to perform because no one wants to laugh too hard at other people's expense and get caught on camera laughing and blah, blah. The other Caitlin Clark joke, to me, was his best of the monologue.
Okay.
So we'll come back with that.
Now, I don't understand. I'm looking at the actual award winners. The ESPYs are stupid. I was actually surprised that I got some resistance on the actual awards are ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I said the awards themselves. This was
I'm looking at who won the awards. I'm like, wait, what's happening here? they're all kind of. None of them are
who won best team.
I don't know, but I know the best athlete was Simone Biles. What? Okay, maybe.
Love me some Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Was it?
Best breakthrough athlete was Alana Mayer from USA Rugby. Okay. I just don't know.
You think it should have been who? Jaden Daniels?
I have no idea. That's the thing. It's just so random.
Heisman.
The best championship performance was Simone Biles. She must have been there. Is that what is happening?
She was there because they told a funny joke about her. I think she handled that pretty well.
Wow, Jaden Daniels. Best NFL player was Saquon Barkley, but he didn't win the MVP. Anyway,
So,
I'm getting caught in
You're
the
going
weeds
down
here.
the rabbit hole.
Wait, the best NHL player was Leon Draisaitl? Now I'm upset about this. I should have watched.
the Simone Biles joke was she's 4'8" and has a lot of gold. So in her off time, she's like, you can find her at the end of a rainbow.
Okay.
And if she can't solve a riddle, you get to get her gold medals.
Yeah.
I mean, she was there. She took
Oh,
it.
but she's
Like a leprechaun joke. She took it well.
Okay.
Wait, Manny, can you guess who the best soccer player was?
You mean Lamal?
Close. Christian Pulisic.
You're joking.
Welcome to the ESPYS.
You're joking.
Controversial pick.
This is
Kinda
MTV.
like it.
This is the MTV Movie Awards of awards.
I don't think those were as controversial as these.
These aren't controversial. They're just ill-defined.
What are the parameters? Like,
Please
I'm
tell
not
me
a
you're
big
joking.
soccer. Right? Does that have to be?
I don't know,
have
I'm
to
just
be
looking
an
at
American
ESPN,
or
they
play
list-
in the United States.
that
Even
Best soccer
doesn't
player,
even work.
Are you sure you-
AC Milan,
are you-
Christian Pulisic.
Are you sure you're looking at the
AC Milan,
2025 awards?
Manny, he played so well. That's why he needed a break.
He didn't even play in the summer.
Well, but he played for AC Milan.
Not even the best player in the continent on that
Yeah.
team. What are we talking about?
I'm not even a soccer fan, and I was surprised to hear that name as the answer.
Who voted for that? I want what they're having.
I take it all
voted for
back.
it.
They knew exactly what they were doing. Best team. Fly, Eagles,
Yeah, we
fly.
already
Literally
Yeah.
did that same
This
thing.
whole thing was just a celebration of the
minutes ago.
Eagles. Shane Gillis, who hosted, was an Eagles
Oh,
fan.
that's why they made the Eagles.
They
the
did a
best team.
whole sketch about the origins
Tush
of the
push,
tush
yeah,
push.
right.
It was an Eagles night.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's a good thing I didn't watch it because I would have barfed all over myself.
He even got a Dallas sucks in. Like, he did the whole Eagles thing.
Well, that's one thing we can agree on. Dallas does, in fact, suck.
Facts.
All right, so he had the
Yes,
Caitlin
sir.
Clark joke. Speaking of Clark, she was ruled out for last night's game as the fever fell to the Liberty 98-77. She's got the groin issue from Tuesday night, which we discussed yesterday. So her status for All-Star festivities this weekend in Indianapolis up in the air. Previously named a participant for the three-point contest as well as a starter and a captain for Saturday's game. So she went for imaging yesterday. Head coach Stephanie White would only say she was encouraged by the results, said good news because they're still talking about a day-to-day timeline, but she did say, I'm just a layman, so who really knows? So that's
And then she
the
went to a
story there,
Waffle House.
Yeah.
at least for now.
But
Yes,
that would be
Waffle House.
That would be bad if she was in a diminished state for this big 3-point. It'd be a first 3-point shooting contest. I want to see her fully healthy
I
to
mean, it's
compete
kind
in
of
that.
impossible, no, to get fully healthy.
Yeah,
after
it
she just
seems like
couple
I don't
days
want to
off.
see her diminished and trying to
Compromised.
compete in that particular contest. Because I'm really curious to see how Ionescu. Doesn't everybody want to see that particular 3-point shooting contest?
Isn't there All-Star Weekend also in Indianapolis this
Yes.
year?
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's her home field.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
lot of pressure.
Totally. But it's also an exhibition. Like, if you are, this is, it's not just about the 3-point competition.
Yeah.
She's got to be healthy for the second half of the season.
I would think the
Yeah,
3-point
yeah.
easier than the game itself, just as far as the back and forth. I mean, I know it's an exhibition; they're not going all out, but it's
No,
a little
still.
bit more of a controlled environment.
Who knows?
than
With the
three-point
WNBA,
competition.
these women kill each other. Maybe the All-Star
True.
game actually gives us what we wish we saw on the men's side.
That's a very good point. Last
But-
thing, because I know we're tight on time.
Yeah.
She
Sorry,
could
go
play
ahead.
3 minutes in the actual game without
Sure.
risking them further. That
I
doesn't
don't know.
sound
She
too
get
dangerous.
clotheslined by somebody.
They do like to take shots at her, right?
Yeah.
Get very physical. NFL training camps right around the corner. Von Miller still hanging around. The veteran pass rusher.
Bill's legend.
Reportedly joins the Commanders on a 1-year deal. I don't know about Bill's legend, but he did play the last 3 seasons with Buffalo. And yes, I know you're kidding. Previously Super Bowl winner with the Rams and
Bills.
the Broncos, including MVP honors in Denver back in Super Bowl 50. We did get our third second-round pick to sign a contract, though it wasn't fully guaranteed. So hopefully that opens the door for the rest of these guys that have been having the stare down with their teams.
Well, Shamar Stewart's still not.
Yes, you have one first rounder
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
unsigned, but the first 2 second rounders unprecedented. Got
That's
the
where it
fully
came-
guaranteed contracts.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No one knew. Oh, they don't give guaranteed contracts to second rounders.
Not fully, no.
Yeah.
That was a first round thing, so that pillar had just been knocked down. See if the rest of these guys now get their deals done in short order.
Thank you, CeeLo. Maybe we can find that other Caitlin Clark joke. It
I will
really,
find it
I
for
thought
you.
it was the best one of the night, and it was the Shane Gillis, Caitlin Clark joke. We have more for you on the other side. Top of the hour, we will reveal the bracket for the 64 greatest nicknames in sports.
You're in a 5-minute break. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. $45 seconds remaining. $30 seconds remaining. $15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff, top of the hour. We reveal our bracket, top 64 greatest nicknames in sports. You'll be able to vote on 2 different regions today, and then 2 tomorrow.
Well, you're on X voting.
Yeah. Yes.
There is a poll up there.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
No, I'm sure it's 100-0.
What is a more likely scenario for the Lakers next season, winning the NBA Finals or getting knocked out of the first round? 98.2 say eliminated in the first round, 1.8 say winning the finals. That actually is illuminating. Like, nobody is giving them a shot.
And I want my damn respect, too.
Let's go to Jamie, who's in Dallas, Texas. Yes, we're asking Lakers. First of all, would this be the most impressive title for LeBron's career if they actually could pull this off? And are they more likely to win a title or get eliminated in the first round? What's up, Jamie?
So I'll take this. Number one, it would not be anywhere close to an impressive title on his end. He'll be a secondary player at best. You do have a Duke Theroux, who I believe they added in the second round, could be an OG Anunoby type defender. With Vanderbilt and Ayton, I think you got the chance that they're going to be much improved on defense. But there is the problem of Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James being a teams 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And none of them are good on the ball defenders. So that's something that I don't think that this team's ever going to be able to get past. I will say that if Luka comes back in the shape it looks like he's in, he's going to have quite a chip on his shoulder, and I promise you it's going to be a problem. Now, we'll see if that is just a problem on the offensive end or not and how that works out. But on the overarching here, this kind of passive commentary about LeBron and just this conversation in the beginning, just period, as well as all this hype about Durant and in Houston, and I find it funny that Perloff kind of poo-pooed on that because I think he's right. But I'll take it back to a call when I called in right at the beginning of the NBA playoffs, and Perloff was talking about, is OKC this? I don't really think they're that. I don't think this. I don't think it was all poo-poo on OKC. And I said, hey, just let these kids be these kids. Let them be themselves. Let's see what's happened. They're going to win their first title. They did. It was very entertaining.
Yep.
Yeah, there was hiccups along the way. That should be expected from any team that's stepping up and becoming a title team, especially a multi-year title contender. But I say that only to hear you guys, your thoughts. It's time that this league, it's time to turn the page. LeBron,
that's a good point.
He needs to go on, just like Dr. J, the big, the world tour they had for the Sixers when the world said goodbye. Durant, it's time to move on. That window's closed. Steph, it's just barely peeking through that era. Giannis included. He doesn't have that much longer where he's going to be just that much of a physically dominant force. And this new era, led by OKC, led by a different player,
Anthony Edwards,
a different vibe. I don't think Anthony Edwards ever gets there. I think Anthony Edwards, at his best, is Dominique Wilkins.
Okay,
and
but exciting player.
I don't think
right?
he's wired upstairs to ever lead himself, more or less, a team. Anthony Edwards does not have it upstairs what it's going to take to make it to the next level as a player.
But Jamie, sorry, but I'm saying like the next generation of guys who, and thank you for the phone call. Sorry, we're up against it here. I'm going to be honest. I kind of had a little of what Jamie was saying, a little fatigue with the older guard when I saw James Harden was very instrumental in getting Bradley Beal to the Clippers. I'm like, we're still doing this with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's if you build a team in the forest and no one's there to watch it. Does anybody care about the Clippers? Nobody's mentioning that team at all.
Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe it is time. Like, there's this
People have moved on from those guys.
There's this big article out about Joel Embiid, and he was opened up to this reporter about everything he's going through. Jimmy Butler, I would probably put in that also. Are we kind of just getting over those guys and we need a new era?
But I think Jimmy Butler, Embiid, James Harden, irrelevant. I do think people still talk about LeBron, Steph, and KD. I think we have not moved on from those three players.
But maybe should we? I think
should we?
Jamie's
It's
point.
a great point by Jamie. By the way, I did pick the Thunder to win it all, but entertaining, I'm not sure me and everybody else is going there.
Can I also say one other thing that Jamie mentioned, which was about LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves being your top 3 players and the defensive deficiencies there? Are we 100% sure that post-trade deadline, Austin Reeves is going to be on the team?
They seem to love him.
No, I know they love him. They didn't have to put him in the Luka trade, which people were surprised by. But the Lakers could figure out a lot of their holes.
Okay.
We know defense in the first part of the season, and then who's to say they don't make an adjustment at the trade deadline?
Possible. I mean, who's to say they don't trade LeBron at the trade deadline? By the way, DeAndre Ayton, defensively, you better hope he doesn't get caught in the pick and roll because that's trouble too.
Yeah, I don't think that signing, I don't know.
That's a risk. But if he's great, maybe.
Not a lot of money. Okay, nickname bracket gets released next.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining.
Pine Needles wakes up at dawn. Coffee brewing, screen turned on. He's got a favorite show to see. The Maggie and Perloff Symphony. Oh, pine needles are turned in tight to infinity. Sports radio every night. Maggie and Perloff, your daily delight. In their words, you find your life. From highlights to the breaking news, every take you can't refuse. In the chat, he's always there with comments, questions, wisdom to share. Oh, pine needles, you're tuned in tight to infinity. Sports radio every tough and
30 seconds remaining. Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
In just moments, we reveal 64 of the greatest sports nicknames of all time. Welcome to the show, Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff, NCAA tournament bracket style. And us and you will get to determine what is the greatest sports nickname. Perloff, are you excited about this?
Oh, my God. I love sports nicknames. I actually saw an article in 2010 in the New York Times saying, how come they don't give out sports nicknames anymore? So this is going to be a lot of old school nicknames. I don't think Big Dumper, who somebody called about last, he's like they just don't do nicknames like they used to. Maybe they were all taken. Like they used to have great sports nicknames, and I think we're going to celebrate some of the most creative, awesome ones of all time.
I'm excited about it. So how we're going to do this, again, we're going to do it in a couple minutes. We're going to reveal the entire bracket. So you're going to be able to find that on our social media, whether it's Maggie and Pearl on X, whether it's Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. We can even put up, I think Cap could put it up on the YouTube stream. You're going to see everything. As far as the voting is concerned, though, we didn't want to put up like a million polls at once, so we're going to do that region by region. We'll do 2 today and 2 tomorrow so that it doesn't get totally lost, because we want you guys to really weigh in on these, and we're going to try to find the greatest sports nickname. Meanwhile, that's going to be just in a couple minutes from now. Let's get to the Washington Commanders. There's a little bit of a news hook because they signed Von Miller yesterday, but no one actually thinks
the Commanders.
Von Miller's the putting anyone over the top. The Bills made that mistake. They gave him $50 million. That was 3 years ago and 2 other injuries ago.
I think some people think, interesting.
Well, what it signals, though, is an even more all-in mentality. Now, it's not a lot of money, but it signals that the Commanders, who went at a surprise run to the NFC Championship game last year, believe that they are a Super Bowl contender with Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn. Now, here's my issue with the Commanders. I'm going to fade them. First of all, everyone's way too high. Way too high. Mm-hmm. That was I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be in the NFC Championship game, but I don't think the Lions are going to get hurt in the way they got hurt. They had nobody left on defense when the Commanders went in and pulled off that upset last year.
Yeah. Wow, Jaden Daniels.
And also, speaking of Jaden Daniels, he's got a big problem, and that's the team not giving Terry McLaurin a contract yet.
Look at that.
Scary Terry is a big part of that offense. Now, let's hear a little of Terry McLaurin because he needs some new money. He said the contract situation is frustrating.
I've been pretty frustrated, I'm not going to lie. Everything that has transpired up until this point has just been disappointing and frustrating. I've wanted to continue my career here. I've created my life here. My wife and I have bought our first home here. So this has been somewhere where I've always wanted to be.
Okay. And also McLaurin not messing around here. He says if he doesn't get the new contract, he's not participating in training camp.
I don't necessarily know what happens next, but without any progressive discussions, it's kind of hard to see how I step on the field. So, I'm just trying to take it day by day.
Okay, so when you actually look, you could think, Perloff, and I know what you're going to say. You don't like any receivers who are even borderline 30 years old. So Terry McLaurin's going to turn 30 on September 15th. And I know you think all those guys should be taken behind the woodshed. But here's the deal. He's actually on the younger side of some of the offensive weapons that they may be relying on. Because Deebo Samuel was another big addition that they had this offseason. And Austin Eckler is somebody that they, behind Brian Robinson, obviously, who's their starting running back, but they may be expecting things from him. And Zach Ertz is back.
Yeah.
So Terry McLaurin, is actually on the younger side of offensive weapons that they are going to rely on. And this offense is going to look a lot different without him. They have to get this done.
There's something. Well, first of all, this does not scare me at all because every great team has contract holdouts, and it's only July. Like, I'm sure he's going to get paid. I mean, that's how. I mean, maybe worst case scenario, comes to camp late and Brandon Ayuk, he hurts himself. But listen, I saw Chris Jones sitting in the box watching the game week 1 and win a title. I saw Emmitt Smith hold out 2 weeks and they won a title. So this is not scare me. But Terry McLaurin's 30. Were you as shocked as I was that Terry McLaurin's 30? He's only played 6 seasons in the NFL. So I wonder if there's less wear and tear on him. He's entering his 7th year. That's nothing. He's a baby. Like all these other guys. Like, yes, when Tyreek Hill turned 30, like that was a big deal because it felt like he's been playing forever. I don't know why. It just felt, I don't view Terry McLaurin as old. And also, too, he took that screen pass in the playoffs and just jetted off. Like, he's still super fast. I'm not worried about his age, and I think they will find a contract. The thing is, I'm sure they don't want to keep him for 4 years. I'm sure he wants a long-term deal, and he will start to get old. So they'll find a middle ground because, I mean, is Terry McLaurin really going to hold out and not be here? Is he going to go into the season? No way. I don't worry about this. The only possible, it comes back to your original criticism, and not criticism of Jaden Daniels, your original concern, that he's a mobile quarterback and still takes some hits for a guy his size that are scary.
He got hurt last year.
Yeah, if Jaden Daniels is healthy, if Jaden Daniels is healthy, there's no way I can fade this team. That, I will admit, I do share your long-term concern about, man, if he's going to get out there into the field, like he's got to be able to take hits. I mean, Lamar got hurt early on, like a lot of, I don't know, did Josh Allen ever get hurt running? Not really, but
knock on wood.
A lot of guys,
but yes,
a lot of mobile quarterbacks face possible injuries. Donovan McNabb was in this spot as an Eagles fan, and then boom, he was just destroying people on the ground, and then he tore his ACL. So you never know if he'll stay healthy. But if he's healthy, he's so good that I can't see them fading. When your quarterback, he's just amazing. Like, he can move.
Wow, Jaden Daniels.
Makes amazing decisions. He has incredible chemistry with all his receivers. I think he's the real deal.
They were able to keep Cliff Kingsbury, so I think that's probably a good sign as their offensive coordinator. But I have more reasons to fade the Commanders than I do to think that, okay, they were one step away in the NFC Championship game, so now they're all of a sudden going to be back in and be a Super Bowl team.
Well,
not going to do it.
But are you fading them out of the playoffs?
I'm thinking about it.
They're pinned behind presumably the Eagles, and you never know.
That's true. I think there's like a fine line here. I think with some of these teams where you want to be veteran, you want like a mix of veteran and young guys, but they're kind of teetering a bit on the older side.
Yeah, they were last year too, and all those guys played great.
And they're all back.
Yeah,
right?
I know. So, Zach Ertz, there's no reason Zach Ertz should have retired. That was the best seasons I've ever seen out of my guy, Zach Ertz, last year. He was great.
But you're 1 year older. And then I also have to ask, like, how many one-score games in these close games during the regular season, the Hail Marys and stuff like that? Sometimes there's this thing we call regression to the mean, where you might not get as lucky in some of those games as you did. I mean, they beat the Bears in that Hail Mary game, and it like turned the season, it put turbojets on the season. If they lost that game, which was, pretty lucky, one of the great plays of the season last year, jaw-dropping. But I'm not totally sold on the Commanders.
They won
what about
12.
You?
They won 12 games last year. I don't know that their schedule was a lot easier last year, so I'll give them that. They still have some opportunities on here. It's a harder schedule. I just trust Jaden Daniels so much. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's the next star. I did say the same thing about C.J. Stroud.
See, that's the other part,
but
right?
I mean, listen, the Texans still made the playoffs and won a playoff game, so it wasn't that hard. I don't see a big regression here, but I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, things are a little tenuous because I just want Jaden Daniels to run out of bounds a little more.
Maybe he will. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. All right, EJ, you want to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down? We ready to go? Thumbs up. That's what I love to see. Manny, hit the music.
From the fridge to the great one, it's Maggie and Perloff's search for the greatest nickname in sports.
Absolutely love it. We are going to release the entire bracket right now on social media in the next, 30 seconds. Give us 30 seconds. Give us 30 to 60 seconds. We're going to release the entire bracket that you can see at Maggie and Pearl on X and at Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. And maybe Cap can throw this up on our YouTube stream as well. YouTube.com/Infinity Sports Net. Twitch.tv/Infinity Sports Network. So the whole 64, it's up. I see it right now, Cap. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Pearl, for the audience, for the audio audience listening right now, podcast or live, we're going to start with our hoops and handles region. And these are going to be the top 16 greatest basketball nicknames. Although we're not so clearly defined by that. There's going to be other basketball players that make appearances in other regions. But let's start with the hoops and handles regions. And this is going to be one that you can vote on today. So the number 1 seed as far as nicknames in the hoops and handle region is, of course, Air Jordan.
I can hear his engines revving now. Air Jordan ready to take off in Chicago. That's got to be a 50 ball. He took off just a little inside that free throw line, one-handed and double clutching. Magic Johnson gives him a nice 5 underneath the basket as he got out of the way.
The number 1 seed, Air Jordan, goes against the 16 seed in the hoops and handles region. That would be White Chocolate. Jason Williams, Pro, one of the great nicknames.
Oh, I love that nickname.
That is a dangerous 1 seed. Now, is it going to take out Jordan? Probably.
Dangerous 16.
16, excuse me. Is it going to take out Jordan as a 1 seed? Probably not, but one of my faves. And actually, Jason Williams doesn't love this nickname anymore. We know that, but...
Oh, Jason Williams came out against White Chocolate? Why?
He doesn't love it. I think he doesn't love... I don't know. He didn't love the implication. A Sacramento Kings marketing VP came up with White Chocolate. He's told that story a couple times. All right, let's move down the bracket. Greatest nicknames of all time. How do you want to do this here? Do you want to just go down the list you gave me or go 1, 2, 3? Okay, so the 8th seed in the hoops and handles region is half man, half amazing Perloff. This is your guy, Vince Carter. And the 9th seed in this region, the Greek Freak. So half man, half amazing. The 8th seed, very tough against the 9th seed Greek Freak.
First of all, if half man, half amazing gets by the Greek Freak, then which is hard, then he's got to go. We got North Carolina against North Carolina. I was hoping Vince Carter would do well. Listen, I think, sorry for Greek Freak and half man, half amazing. You're probably going to lose to Air Jordan.
I'm telling you, this is a really tight bracket. The 5th seed in this region, the hoops and handles, is, of course, the Black Mamba. You could say this could have even been a higher seed.
That's a 5 seed?
It's a 5 seed, Pearl. These are really, really tough. And the 12th seed going up against Kobe Bryant's Black Mamba is Daryl Griffith, Dr. Duncanstein.
A vodka martini. How many olives would you like? 81.
Do you guys go Dr. Duncanstein, Dr. Duncanstein?
I was a Duncanstein.
Like Frankenstein.
Yeah, like Frankenstein. Dr. Duncanstein.
Yeah. By the way, I would say this is a shout out to those great Nike posters that I think Dr. Duncanstein, do you guys know these where, man, you definitely don't because they're way old, but it would be like, they used to take players and he would be wearing a lab coat and pretending to do surgery and it would say Dr. Duncanstein.
I love that.
And they were works of art. They were amazing.
Love it. Let's keep going. The 4 seed in the hoops and handle, it's got to be the Rain Man.
Ahead to Gary, lobs it ahead. The Rain Man will go to get it. And with one fluid motion, send it down with a jam.
Kevin Calabro came up with the Rain Man, as we learned last night. Andrew Kaplan sent us that cool video. The play-by-play guy used to be with Seattle, obviously. Very famous play-by-play man.
I learned something interesting with this whole project. I assumed it was spelled R-A-I-N because it rained so much in Seattle. And then you put on the list Rain Man. I was like, oh, I never spelled it. In my mind, I never spelled it that way. I always spelled it Rain Man.
Oh,
like
my
the movie.
gosh. Maggie and Kaplan said the same thing last time. Nobody knows it's the Rain Man.
Dude, you weren't even alive when Sean Kemp came on the scene. So
Yes,
why are you lecturing me on the Rain Man? I had a Sean Kemp jersey.
The Rain Man, R-E-I-G-N, like his reign.
Reign of Terror.
Wait, what? It's not R-A-I-N. And I told Kaplan and EJ last night, my whole childhood's a lie.
But it's not because it's Reign of Terror. It's because it rained every day in Seattle. That's the only reason he had that nickname. He wouldn't have been the Rain Man in Oklahoma City.
Apparently, according to Sean Kemp in this video that Kaplan sent us yesterday, they wanted to call him the Reindeer. And he goes, I'm not being called the Reindeer. And he goes, how about the Rain Man?
Are we going to ruin all these nicknames with backstories, by the way? Please tell me that's not going to happen.
No, this is just fun facts.
Okay.
That's the 4 seed, the Rain Man, Sean Kemp. against a 13 seed, very dangerous 13 seed. The logo. Jerry West, of course. Okay, the 6th seed.
That's a good 13th. This region is brutal.
Bro, the entire bracket is
Yeah,
bananas.
the NBA is really good at this. That's why the hoops region is going to be especially tough.
And there's even basketball players outside of the hoops region because we had so many that we had to put them other places. The 6th seed, as we're trying to find the greatest sports nickname of all time, is the Iceman. George Gervin against the 11 seed, the Mailman.
Oh, my God.
Karl Malone.
Iconic, both.
The 3 seed in this region, Pistol Pete Maravich.
There's the Pistol. He has really had some outstanding games against the Knicks. One time last year, the Pistol pumped in 45. He leads the NBA with an average of 29.8. They go, and he gets a layup to hit 60. You're watching basketball history for Pete Maravich tonight. 60 big ones.
Pistol Pete is the 3 seed, in this region. Matches up with the 14 seed Chocolate Thunder. Of course, that's Daryl Dawkins. The 7 seed in this Hoops and Handles region, the Worm. Dennis Rodman against the 10 seed, the Answer. Allen Iverson.
Practice.
And finally, the 2 seed in this region, Irvin Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Magic gives to Kareem, straddling the three-point line. They're picking the Lakers high. Pass under to Worthy, and he slam dunks to be fouled by Older. Boy, was that a sensational pass by Magic.
Magic Johnson up against the 15 seed, the Big Ticket, Kevin Garnett. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you can vote on. If you want to see the entire bracket, we're releasing it all today, but you can now start to vote on the Hoops and Handles region.
I got a potential surprise team, a Cinderella in this region.
Go.
I think Black Mamba against Air Jordan is going to be for this region. I think whoever comes out of that matchup wins the whole thing. I think Black Mamba has a shot.
Sounds like every conversation from the 90s.
Yeah.
The 5th seed is the Black Mamba facing off against Dr. Duncanstein, Daryl Griffith, and then it's in the same region as Air Jordan.
Because we learned recently when ESPN or somebody Bleacher Report put out a list and Kobe Bryant wasn't in the top 10, the public got really mad.
Oh, that's not nicknames. That's just players.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but I think the popularity of the player will carry the nickname. So I don't think it's people will be like, what's the most clever nickname? I think if you love Kobe Bryant, you're going to vote for Black Mamba. And Black Mamba is pretty creative too. So I think Black Mamba upsets Air Jordan. Calling it right now.
Wow.
More successful.
All right, 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. So again, how this is working, entire bracket's out. You can see the whole thing. But as far as voting and going through each region, we started with the Hoops and Handles region. We'll reveal another region to you at the 8 o'clock hour.
You're welcome.
Eastern.
Yeah, NBA's really got this figured out. They are particularly great at nicknames.
To be honest, like the NBA, I would say, and probably boxing were maybe the two where, especially boxing, like everyone kind of has a nickname. It's
But
sort
actually,
of-
I think the rules are if you don't know the person's real name, then it's not a nickname, it's a name. Like Sugar Ray Robinson obviously wasn't born Sugar.
Yeah.
So is that a nickname?
He wasn't?
Is that, well, nowadays he probably would be, but back, that's not a nickname really, right? Rocky Marciano, I assume or maybe his name is Rocky, but
I think that I would say as far as like nicknames per sport, I think because boxing, everyone has a nickname. You got to be known as something.
I've got an issue with this region.
You got an issue with this region?
Yeah.
Have you seen the whole bracket though?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
The seating.
No. The Brunson burner. Where is he?
Who needs Brunson?
I mean, come on. EJ, I'm very disappointed in you.
Listen, it's new.
Too recent.
I actually love the nickname the Brunson burner because it reminds me of high school science class. Exactly. It is really funny.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, though, do people actually call him that on the street? Like
No.
Greek Freak?
On the street.
On the street?
No,
I mean, like
but
when you're talking about
everyone
Jalen
tweets about
Brunson,
it,
I don't think it's, for some reason, like you don't say, man, the Brunson burner went off last night. Feels a little much.
No, when he's in the moment, when he's hot in the moment, I am screaming like Brunson burner, baby. Like, yeah, like
You
during
are
the
screaming
games,
it out.
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Maybe the next night, I don't know.
Shout out Mike Breen. I think he was the one who coined it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the debate. Is the cleverness of the nickname, Air Jordan isn't that clever, but he's Michael Jordan, so you're going to vote for him. So, and also there's a movie called Air that you and I went to the premiere of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty iconic.
NBA is hard. So many. Again, this is the Hoops and Handles region, but there are other NBA players throughout this bracket because there were just too many good names. I mean, some of the ones that got left off, we're going to do that.
Oh, I love
for
to
NBA.
hear this, yeah.
For NBA, EJ, you can help me out with this, and Kaplan can too. The big fundamental was left off of the entire bracket, which
Tim Duncan.
Was it Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
Well, right, but that was Shaq called him that because he thought he was so boring.
The Matrix also had to make the cutting room floor, and that was painful because we love Sean, not just Sean Marion, but that nickname, that time was so good.
Yeah, and Hakeem Olajuwon is another tough one.
That
The
one.
Dream?
The Dream. I mean, and to be honest, the Dream also had the Dream Shake. So a whole
that's
move
funny.
coined off for it.
Yeah, I would say the Dream Shake is actually more popular than the Dream because you could still do a Dream Shake. Like anybody does that little turnaround jumper turn toward the baseline. Oh, if there's a Dream Shake. Yeah.
Tough.
Dream Shakes are sexy.
Very,
the NBA,
very tough.
like Pearl's right, the NBA basketball as a whole, I mean, there are college players who could definitely have nicknames that we couldn't get in there either. It's
Boogie
tricky.
Fland.
That not a nickname. What's his name?
No, it's not.
Nobody knows his real name. What is it?
John Well.
Man, he does.
Oh, right.
888-710-4ISN.
Hashtag journalism.
EJ, give me an example of the college name. I'm sure.
Oh, I feel like there are a lot of college guys throughout the years that had nicknames that didn't become like great NBA players. Like Tractor Trailer, it's a big one. That was a good nickname.
Yeah, that's a good nickname. Did not make it in.
No, Tractor Trailer was a great nickname.
So many, I should say. So this is our first shot here. First region getting revealed. Another one will happen at the top of the next hour. Meanwhile, we are not just about nicknames today. We're about so much more, including what would it take for this team to have a successful NFL year? Tackle that next.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. 2 minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. Forty-five seconds remaining. Thirty seconds remaining. Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
It's live, it's live, it's live. That'd be our bracket of the 64 greatest sports nicknames of all time. You can see it at Maggie and Pearl on X, Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. We're retweeting the bejesus out of it so you can see the whole bracket. As far as what you can vote on right now, today, in the next couple minutes, one region, the hoops and handles region, where the 1 seed is Air Jordan, 16 seed White Chocolate, and we've got everything in between. That's going to be available to you in just a matter of moments. So make sure you vote. Voting will be open for 24 hours, and we will reveal another region at the top of the hour. Can I bring up something not sports for a second? I'm curious where you guys land on this. So you've had this happen before where a stranger has to come to your house to do something, right? So, for example, yesterday, Pearl, someone had to come to do a tax assessment on our home.
Right.
Okay. So it's pretty easy. It's like 5 minutes. They go in. Oh, you got this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms, da-da-da-da. And then you're in and out. I wasn't there. My husband was working from home, though. So he let the person in. And he said, hey, I'm sorry. I'm on a work call upstairs. You know, can I get you some water? Bathroom's right here. And if you need me, I'll be upstairs. Like, he was literally in the middle of a call, had to get back to it. Guy does his thing. Eventually says, hey, by the way, I'm leaving. Okay. Walks out. A little bit later on.
Seems normal so far.
Seems normal. My kid is in the downstairs bathroom. And we don't live in a palace. You got a downstairs half bath.
Sounds like you do.
Had a downstairs half bath. Okay. It's pretty small. And my kid was in a little bit later. And he goes, Mommy, it smells like s'mores in here. I was like, smells like s'mores? Wishful thinking, bud. And I go in there. I'm like, oh, my God. It smells like someone's been lighting matches. Is that okay?
No.
Toilets! You can't come in. Someone says, hey, here's the bathroom. And like, can you have a drink of water? That's a number one only situation. Now,
1,160 toilets.
Appreciate that the guy lit the matches. And I guess he's like being careful or being respectful in that way. But it's like our downstairs bathroom. It's like where we have like our decorative soaps and stuff.
He lit the matches to get rid of the aroma he left behind.
Well, there's no window in that bathroom.
Okay.
So, but there is a fan.
I have a small half bath on the downstairs as well.
That's not a number 2 bathroom. That's a number 1 bathroom.
And certainly, I mean, for family members.
Guests, yeah.
Not for guests.
You can't go number 2 in our. You know?
I think I recently had a guy. We had a guy come work on the garage, and he asked to use the bathroom, and he was in there for a while. I think he might have been in the same situation.
Hey, man, That's why another reason I don't live in the suburbs.
People, strangers.
Hey, man, when it calls, it calls.
But also, you can hold it for 5 minutes. Also, you can say, "Excuse me, I'll be right back."
How much protein intake did this guy have?
Thankfully, I don't know, but I'm going to say substantial fiber intake.
Well, I mean, fiber, protein, whatever the case may be, when they do the job, you got to answer that call, no matter where you are. Wawa, Miss Gray's.
You're. I don't know. I thought it was crossing a little bit of a line. I don't know. There's
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal.
No, it's not what you. I'm pretty sure the guy who the culprit was also. Man, I really don't want to do this, but
maybe he has
really
a medical condition.
Well,
maybe it is.
All right. If he,
Maybe he's
God
got Crohn's.
forbid, if he's at IBS or something, then maybe he's in the wrong field, though.
Yeah.
Because you need to work somewhere probably where you have easy access to that. That's a work from home situation.
Home base.
I would disagree with that take.
Maybe.
I don't think you should limit yourself because you have an illness that you don't want.
No, but I'm not saying limit yourself. I'm just saying there are some jobs that maybe would be better than other jobs.
Well, maybe today was the only day that he was going into the office. Maybe he usually works from home. You don't know that.
Yeah, but the office was my office. It was my house.
I don't think it's
Anyway.
a tax assessment guy. He's probably constantly
it's
going
on the
around
move.
from
Don't
house
come
to
in
house.
here with facts, man.
I'm using logic and reason,
He's got to have a million spots. Also, you're familiar with the area.
Yeah.
You're not from 3 counties away.
Right. This is home territory.
You know the pizza place down the spot.
Sure.
Down the street. Anyway, so I was wondering about that. Because I'm like, am I the jerk who's like, don't
Yes.
blow up my bathroom?
Yeah.
Stranger. I'm the jerk? Okay.
No,
Maybe I'm the jerk.
I don't think you're the jerk. I think it was just unfortunate situation and timing, but you're well within your rights to be a little annoyed by it.
And then my kid was like, when are we having s'mores? I'm like, now I'm a disappointment
Right.
because I've got nothing. I don't have the ingredients.
That's the trickle down. Now the kid needs a snack, and you can't come through.
I know. CeeLo has updates for us. What's up?
All right, well, here's that other Caitlin Clark joke from Shane Gillis
Oh, you
hosting
found it.
last night's ESPY Awards. Yes, I have it for you as requested. Here you go.
Big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes. All right. There you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious.
I mean, he acts like nobody laughed. There was clearly some laughter there.
Well, that was the best. That was the best reaction of the night. The other ones kind of fell.
A few times he's like, "Oh, I didn't write that one. Yeah, I just reading what's on the prompter." Which do we necessarily believe that?
No,
I mean, he's
not
a
a chance.
stand-up comedian by trade, right? I mean, I know his podcast as well, but I'd imagine he really needs people to write his own material for him.
I'd hope not. That's Shane Gillis.
Right.
That's my hero.
That's the point. That's why he's there.
Right. No, it's weird for comedians to get. I think they do get help, but yeah, of course, like Peyton Manning or someone who's not a
Sure.
comedian
Yeah.
gets writers.
Yeah.
But you'd think that he could go it alone.
Yeah, I think they do. Like Dan always tells a famous story where he helped write the 3 or
For
something.
the ESPYs?
Yeah, the
That's
ESPYs
awesome.
is often collaborative, as we understand. We had a friend who was on
Yep.
last year who wrote Sarah Tiana, who helped write in the past. You know, I've heard Shane Gillis talking about writing his SNL monologue, and he did it himself. I would think he'd try and do this one himself, but obviously not.
So when they did the roast of Tom Brady, it was very obvious who got help and who didn't.
Sure.
And like, take the help, Gronk, or whoever. Like,
Wow.
I mean, it was weird.
Gronk's always pretty good, right? No? Oh, at the roast.
At the roast.
Oh, Gronk was great. What do you expect? Gronk's not going to exactly get up there and be Bob Newhart. It's Gronk.
I don't know. I think that Drew Bledsoe probably took the help and he slayed.
Came across well.
Totally.
Just deliver the lines that they write for you, right? Meantime, this was quite the transition in the Gillis monologue.
Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope his interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions, pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime.
I mean, they were like, how do we
my favorite
go?
one.
How do we go from Ohtani to Belichick and Jordan Hudson? And that definitely then opened the door for the age gap jokes.
They do. They read The Very Horny Caterpillar. The little engine that could, but needed a pill first.
Oh, no.
And of course, the classic Goodnight Boobs. That's my favorite one.
Oh, boy.
I was laughing out loud when I heard. I love that.
Yeah.
Good night, boobs.
Yeah, I mean, you look on social media, people were just like, not outraged. People were like, oh, this is way too edgy. And they're never going to let him do this again.
Calling all boobs.
A lot of it was.
That's why you bring in
funny,
Shane Gillis,
the
right?
jokes. That's the point. You know, he's supposed
comedy,
to,
people.
Supposed to mix it up a little bit, right? That's the idea. Back to Caitlin Clark. She did not play last night as her fever felt at the Liberty 98-77. She's got the groin issue from late in Tuesday night's game, so her status for All-Star festivities this weekend in Indianapolis up in the air, at least for the moment. We mentioned last hour with the NFL training camps right around the corner, veteran pass rusher Von Miller is reportedly joining the Commanders on a one-year deal after playing the last 3 years with the Bills, and the 49ers did reach a contract agreement with defensive tackle Alfred Collins, second-round pick, so he gets $10.3 million over 4 years, $9 million guaranteed. So not fully guaranteed like the first couple of second-rounders that previously got fully guaranteed contracts earlier in the offseason. So the rest of the second-rounders have kind of been in a wait-and-see mode, a stare-down with teams, waiting to see if they can, how much money, fully guaranteed money they can get, if not all of it. So maybe this will be the linchpin that gets the rest of these guys signed, sealed, and delivered.
You know which team screwed it up for the entire NFL? Well, one of the teams, 2 teams did. But
the first team that handed out the fully
The Browns,
guaranteed?
of course, handed out the fully guaranteed to a second rounder, and everyone's like, dude, what are you doing again?
They like that.
The owners are gotta hate this team.
Yeah, well, and also if you're paying attention, there seemed like there may have been some collusion after the fact to make sure that nobody else was getting at least a Deshaun Watson level guaranteed contract. There was an email between the owner of the Chargers and the owner of the...
Don't remember.
Sure. 2 owners together.
It was, Cardinals, right?
Oh, yeah. One was congratulating the other for not giving Justin Herbert a fully guaranteed contract.
I thought it was Kyler Murray, but you're right. Okay.
I think it was, but you're right. It was those 2 guys. So the other thing, did you guys see our guy who's been a guest on the show before, Bud Elliott from the Cover 3 podcast?
Yeah.
So he had a thing about Shamar Stewart, who was the first-round pick, who's still not signed with the Cincinnati Bengals because of the language in the contract is basically... He said that there were people telling him, or a high-level source telling him, that Shamar Stewart was working out back at Texas A&M, and there was an idea that he was going to try to, basically say no, thank you to the Bengals and try to get another year of eligibility at A&M.
Right, but he can't play. Isn't the story he can't play there, though, right?
It's not so much. Well, he'd have to sue and go to court. But the way that things are going now, there's so much leeway being granted to players finally that it's hard to get anything restrictive against a player. But the floodgates obviously would be crazy if someone could get drafted and then say no thanks and go back to college. The part of it that would not help him is that the Bengals have his draft rights.
Yeah.
So he, no matter what, you're going to probably come to this impasse.
Right. Also, too, he would have to sue. He'd have to sue and get on the team by training camp or by August 30th. That seems like a lot.
Well, I mean, it would be unprecedented. I'd be curious about how the courts would rule on something like that now, because the last couple of years has just been so wildly different. Everything goes in the player's favor. They can transfer at any time. We'll see what happens with them trying to cap any of the NIL stuff. All this could end up in court.
I mean, what is it? Some tiny clause that Shamar Stewart's fighting with the Bengals over? There's
about
no
guaranteed
ways,
money, I think.
There's no way he's going through all that trouble for a 5th guaranteed year or something.
Court rulings generally not an expedited process either, right?
Well, that's true.
Is that right?
But back in the day, 5 years ago, the NFL had so much leverage because you could not get paid in college. Now, Shamar Stewart could go back to Texas A&M and make maybe a similar amount of money that he would even make with the Bengals. Anyway.
SEC Media Day, Alabama's Kalen DeBoer moving forward from a 9-4 mark in his first season as Crimson Tide head coach. No college football playoff appearance, and knows that's got to change.
I think individually in our own programs, that's our responsibility to be to be at the top. Right? That's the expectation of, I know at Alabama, but also the expectation for the SEC as a whole.
And on top of that, you get these Nick Saban rumblings circulating, a potential return to coaching.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it. And so he's earned the right to do what he wants. I think the best part about what Coach Saban's doing right now is that he's still involved in the game. You know, he's growing the game. He brings passion to it.
That's one of those phrases people could growing the game.
Yeah, because college football has been around for
football need to be grown.
155 years. Grow the game.
They love that in golf too, with the live guys and making more money. Well, I just want to keep growing the game. How exactly are you growing the game?
Yeah, you want a little boy in
come on.
Kazakhstan to feel like they can also achieve this dream.
Dude's just trying to go to a press conference.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just one of those token throwaway
get me
lines.
out of here.
I'm gonna grow the game.
Ambassador to the game. Sure.
Yeah. Three-time NBA All-Star Bradley Beal agrees to a contract buyout with the Suns, plans to join the Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after clearing waivers. So that player option would then clear the way for the 32-year-old to be one of the top available players in free agency next summer. But for now, with the Clippers, he'll team up with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden to join a new, I know this is another phrase we throw around, Big Three for L.A.
No, I thought you were going to say super team.
Super team? Okay.
No, that's a stretch.
We went from Super Team, Big Three kind of became the next thing after Super Team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Super Team with the Heat, with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, or am I remembering that wrong?
No, I mean, this is definitely three guys. No,
three guys, yeah. So, I mean, maybe not a big three, but it's three guys.
Three guys, and two of them have had trouble staying healthy. But
sure. Three guys with some names.
This team would have been amazing in like 2010.
If those guys were all in their prime, can you imagine trying to Bradley Beal and James Harden trying to share the ball? That would be a sight to see.
Yes. Last thing, MLB All-Star break rolls on. Regular season doesn't resume until tomorrow. We've got another pro sports break-in as a home belonging to Diamondback star Ketel Marte was burglarized or thought to be burglarized Tuesday night while Marte was taking part in the All-Star game in Atlanta. Scottsdale, Arizona police say that they're investigating a high-dollar residential burglary. Number of personal items and jewelry stolen. No one was home at the time of said burglary.
That's
So
nice.
there you go.
I played baseball with a kid who's Ketel Marte's cousin. That's awful.
I mean, thankfully no one was home, so there wasn't any kind of
Well, is that why he was robbed?
No, yeah,
Because I know the athlete's schedules.
But like Joe Burrow wasn't home,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend was there, and she freaked
or
out.
assistant.
Yes, girlfriend assistant / assistant.
Both on the payroll.
Didn't really attack it on quarterback, by the way.
Blurring the lines.
Yeah. He avoided the rush on that one.
I digress.
But we did get the detail that Joe Burrow's house got broken into. They recovered his stuff, though, when they pulled over the people who robbed him. They had all this LSU memorabilia and couldn't explain why they had it. Okay. But he did say now he's not buying the Batmobile because of that. Right?
Oh, when did he say that?
I thought
He said that in quarterback. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what came out, is that he's got cold feet now on the Batmobile.
I love how oh yeah, he's not. It's like just they're going to pass on the Batmobile. Like,
He's not by the Empire State Building anymore, as one does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with the Batmobile?
You drive it.
Do you though?
No.
He said he'd wear it to games.
Gotta drive at least
He
once.
said he was going to wear the costume, the cape, everything.
He was going to drive the Batmobile to games in full costume.
He was gonna get a bat suit and like one of the legit ones too, and he was gonna drive every Sunday. That's what he said in quarterback. I'll take
I believe him.
You're just begging to be mocked every time you lose a game when you show up in that.
You wear that to the post-game press conference after you lose?
Right, yeah.
People got on Cam Newton because he wears a funny hat.
I would go to Wegmans wearing all that. Are you kidding me?
No, you got to pack the separate attire.
Yeah,
in
I
the
did
duffel
notice.
bag if you lose the game.
Just to show up in the uniform.
I noticed in quarterback, by the way, Brady always would not change, but he showed up in a white T-shirt a bunch of times after the Bengals lost. Like, I'm like, what happened to the fancy suit you showed up in? Yeah, you don't show up as Batman in the post game.
No.
Not if you lose.
Not if you lose.
You know what I realized watching quarterback, by the way, real quick? I kind of want to punch Joe Burrow in the face.
Because he's got a better life than you? But you knew that.
He's got a punchable face. I know what you mean.
It's not even that. His face is a little bit punchable, and just his personality kind of makes me want to punch him in
He
the
looks
face.
like a college or a high school bully. He looks like a bad guy in an 80s movie. I've always thought
But
that.
I think he's a nice guy, though.
And
in real life.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and don't get me started on Kirk Cousins. Oh, my God.
Doesn't he look like Biff in an 80s comedy? Like he's going to beat up his little brother. Definitely.
Burrow or Cousins?
Burrow.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Burrow looks a little like Macaulay. Doesn't he get compared to Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he also could be like, he's got blonde hair and he could be the bully.
He dyed it blonde. That was his look. He bleached blonde, dyed it.
Yeah, but it's more, I think his natural is more like dirty blonde, maybe?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But he tried to do the Eminem thing.
Yes.
And then it grows out, and then you look like NSYNC.
The frosted tips.
Yep, I know it well. 888-710-4ISN. That was my high school days.
Oh, I thought you had frosted tips for a second.
No, my stuff cost way more money than that. But no, every guy in my high school who could do it put Sunnin in his hair, and then it would eventually either go orange or blonde, and then you'd have the frosted tips as it grew out. It's all the rage. 888-710-4ISN.
Man,
888-710
sounded awful.
4476. They weren't that great. Okay, coming up, the expectations for one NFL team. Are they growing too much? Do that next.
Well, you're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining.
Well, man, he strolls in with a grin on his face, Yankee pinstripes all over the place, but his chest is out like he's on the beach. Moist pork yells, "Button up, you creep!" Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You ain't A-Rock, stop trying to be flirty. It's not a runway, it's the Bronx, my guy. Even Derek had his top button tied. Now Moist pork sweating, pacing the floor. He can't take one more, man, need decor. The buttons exist for a reason, son. You ain't playing shirtless till this game is won. Meanwhile, Belotti's nowhere to be found. Called out again, that's the 8th go-round. He's dumping something. The clubhouse groans, probably dumping us on speakerphone. Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You make Joe Torre roll over and curse thee. You ain't a calendar, this ain't a thirst trap. This is Yankee Stadium, pull up that flap. So Moist Pork's got tape, he's ready to act. Start sticking buttons back on that chest rack. You show some pride in those navy threads. This ain't Miami, this is the Yanks, he said. Belotti calls in, I'm sick again, bro. We all shout back, that's a hell of a show. But Manny just winks, lets the top hang low, and Moist Pork combusts like a pressure hose. Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You're giving the Bronx to a hernia, surely. It's baseball, not Baywatch, keep it on tight before Moist Pork rules hands tonight. Now Moist Pork sweating, pacing the floor. He can't take one more, man, need decor. The buttons exist for a reason, son. You ain't playing shirtless till this game is won. Meanwhile, Belotti's nowhere to be found. Called out again, that's the 8th go-round. He's dumping something. The clubhouse groans, probably dumping us on speakerphone. Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You're giving the Bronx to a hernia.
15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back. Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. Okay, we've got our nickname bracket has been released. The first region available to vote on. We're going to release another region coming up later on in the show, Pearl. But first, some NFL questions. EJ's going to throw out a team, and we're going to say what would a successful season look like for that team. So what would the expectation be for that team? I'll take a little bit of music, Manny. And EJ, why don't you go ahead? Who's our first team?
All right, let's head to the Rocky Mountains. A successful season for the Denver Broncos would be blank.
Winning a playoff game, not just making the playoffs. And I know the AFC is really tough, but Pearl, they were in the playoffs last year with a rookie quarterback. Sean Payton is a Hall of Fame coach, probably. And
Broncos country.
Well, let's forget that era.
Let's ride.
To be fair,
let's ride.
That was a close first half against Buffalo on the road, a very good Bills team, and they hung with them at least for a half, and then it became a bit of a laugher after that. But winning a playoff game is a successful season in Denver.
Yeah, I'm 100% on the same page with you. Their defense is a lot. I read a projection on PFF that they could be the number one defense in the league next year. They're just stingy. Now, one of the reasons I think they're stingy is because their offense doesn't put a ton of pressure on the other team. I don't think they get involved in a lot of shootouts. Sean Payton, second year with Bo Nix. I like this team a lot. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender, and I don't think we need them to get that far for a successful season. I think they're building in the right direction.
Who's next, EJ?
Okay, so let's go to the Bay Area. A successful season for the San Francisco 49ers would be?
I'll go NFC title game. Because if everyone's healthy, then there's no excuse. The last time that they had this injury-plagued season, they came back and they were 10-7 the next year and made it to the NFC title game, lost to the Rams. I feel like it has lowered since the heyday because everyone knows they're older and they've lost a lot of guys. But I feel like if they get the NFC title game, then everyone will think the Niners are back on track and Shanahan has got to figure it out with his young quarterback.
This Super Bowl or bust team to me, the only successful season is winning the Super Bowl, not just getting to the Super Bowl, winning it. Besides Juwan Jennings, who's kind of a surprise, maybe holdout, they've paid all the people they want to pay to be there now, right? So they paid Brock Purdy. Trent Williams seems to be fine.
They definitely wanted Drake Greenlaw. They didn't pay him.
But they made the choice not to, and
Well, they
he's
made
gone.
an offer at the end, and then they tried to get back in hard on that, and they wanted him there.
Okay, well, if you really wanted him there, then you make it happen. Like, I can't give them your, participation trophy for letting one of their good players walk out the door and go to Denver. This is, they decide how they want to spend their money, and they're not, they're used to, at this point, having to fit in a lot of big salaries. So to me, Super Bowl or bust, got to win the Super Bowl to be successful in San Francisco. Who's next, EJ?
All right. How about the Tennessee Titans? A successful season for the Tennessee Titans would be?
Bro, I know you're a little higher on the Titans than I am. I'm just going to go with above 500 record. That's it. I mean, they're number one pick in the draft this year. It was a dreadful season last year, but they did end up with the prize, which at least is Cam Ward. I'm just going with above 500, and I would say they're on the right track.
Oh, my God. That is way more bullish than I am, and I love the Titans. I was like, if you get 7 wins, it's on, baby. Above 500. That'd be a shocking season. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I thought you were going to say 5 wins. They were in 3-14 last year. If they get the 7 wins, very successful.
Who's last?
All right, let's go to Minnesota. A successful season for the Minnesota Vikings would be.
That's a team that needs to win a playoff game. And I know because they've made it so many times. They made it with Kirk Cousins, lost to the Giants. They made it last year and had no chance against the Rams. So I think they still, the new quarterback, but if they get to the playoffs, they have to finally win one of these, or Kevin O'Connell's going to get a rap not being able to win in the postseason.
Yeah, I don't see it that way because of J.J. McCarthy, and I think it's just getting to the playoffs would be a successful season. Just getting there. I don't think they have to win. I don't think it's going to be this big black mark on Kevin O'Connell. It's like, what of these things is not like the other? Kirk Cousins had been in the league for a decade. Sam Darnold had been in the league for close to a decade, even though wasn't a starter for all that time. Now you got a second-year guy.
But he's got to be a huge offer in the playoffs. Like, that'll start to wear you. It happened to my guy, Andy Dalton. Can't go 0-4 in the playoffs.
888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. We got more nicknames for you. We also have Kalen DeBoer talking at SEC Media Days about the expectations for Alabama. And, of course, Nick Saban's name came up. What'd he say? We'll tell you next. Timothy.
You're in a 5-minute break.
What's that? Turn on the mic. Yeah, it's my first day. This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Meanwhile, Velotti's nowhere to be found. Called out again, that's the 8th go-round. He's dumping something, the clubhouse groans. Oh, Drunkle Sam's. Maggie and Perloff, never off track. He's cheering from Vegas all season long, but there's a twist in this song that's gone wrong. Oh, Peter Velotti, where did you go? You're like a ghost in the studio. Artie's here cheering, all Raiders pride, but Peter's missing again. He's denied.
Corbuccio wipes the bottom of his sneakers. He's guarded by Lawson. Play in action. Corbuccio gets the screen from Ratliff. Corbuccio driving, finds Ratliff, free throw line, Jay, yes! Clock continues to run. Panthers have one final chance. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy with 5, step back, Jay, yes! Oh, Josiah Kennedy! Ice cold! Timeout Stepanek! Corbuccio wipes the bottom of his sneakers. He's guarded by Lawson.
AJ's at the bar with a cold, cheap beer. Says Trae Young's no big deal, don't bring him here. But the Knicks lost again and it's starting to show as he punches the jukebox playing Old Town Road. I'm over Trae, he shouts as he tips his hat, but his phone's buzzing with Hawks game stats. Pickups parked outside, girls waiting to ride, but EJ's ranting about Trae instead of his bride. EJ don't care about Trae Young, no way, but he's crying in his beer when the Hawks outplay. Just a small town punk with a lucky streak, but Trae's living rent free every Knicks lost week. AJ's got a shotgun rack and a pickup truck. Trae can't break my spirit, I don't give a. He's got a girl on the side, but she's feeling ignored, cause EJ's busy yelling Trae can't score no more. I'm over him, he growls as the whiskey pours, but he's watching replay.
Oh, Uncle Sam's got his turkey day plans. Sipping bourbon from a can, yeah, that's his stance. He's got the well, man, he strolls in with a grin on his face. Yankee pinstripes all over the place, but his chest is out like he's on the beach. Moist pork yells, button up, you creep. Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You ain't A-Rock, stop trying to be funny. It's not a runway, it's the Bronx, my guy. Even Derek had his top button tied. Now Moist Park's sweating, pacing the floor. He can't take one moment, need decor. The buttons exist for a reason, son. You ain't playing shirtless till this game is won. Meanwhile, Velotti's nowhere to be found. Called out again, that's the 8th go-round. He's dumping something, the clubhouse groans. Probably dumping us on speakerphone. Oh, Manny, button your jersey. You make Joe Torre roll over and curse thee. You ain't a calendar, this ain't a thirst trap. This is Yankee Stadium, pull up that flap. So Moist Pork's got tape, he's ready.
Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff, Kalen DeBoer, Pearl. SEC Media Days yesterday. He's at the podium, covered a lot of ground, and he's not dodging it because you can't. The expectations in year 2 way higher for the Crimson Tide coach.
Ooh, I thought they were big last year too.
Well, but don't you always get a little bit of graded on a curve when Nick Saban suddenly retires? You get thrown into it. Yeah, Jalen Milroe stuck around and you had some other pieces, but that's the first season taking over for maybe the greatest college coach of all time, probably the greatest college coach of all time. Year 2, you got more continuity, more of your guys in place, more of a leadership role. I feel like the real expectations kick in now.
So I think the pressure kicks in now because he didn't play up to the Alabama standard last year, but the expectations I think were higher last year. What's our preseason going to rank? I'd be surprised if they're in the bottom half of the top 10, right? So I think there's a little less. Like, people are not thinking this. Are people thinking they're a title team now? I think people are just down on them because they're like, well, clearly Kalen DeBoer is no Nick Saban. That's how I would think that's a common one. I don't think I think the pressure's on. I think he's on the hot seat, but I don't think that people expect him to win it all, do they?
I don't know. Does that feel like semantics a little bit? Pressure and expectations?
No, well, the expectations last year, I thought people kind of thought he was coming off a title game. He's going to take Jalen Milroe and just roll with this team. That is not the modern Alabama. Now I think people are like, oh, this is a lot harder than we thought. That's how I view Alabama. I think a lot of people view him that way. Like, they don't think, like, I don't think people are like, well, now Kalen DeBoer is going to win the title. Maybe I am semanticing, but, like, I feel like he's already been knocked down a peg in 1 year.
Okay, let's hear from Kalen DeBoer, Manny, on expectations. What do we have? Nick Saban, pardon me, and the rumors that Nick Saban may want to come back and coach. Let's do it.
He's, one of the greatest to ever do it. And so he's earned the right to, do what he wants. I think the best part about what Coach Saban's doing right now is that he's still involved in the game. He's growing the game. He brings passion to it.
Okay, so as if, pressure, expectations, whatever you want to say, Pearl, on Kalen DeBoer, the last thing he needed was rumors that Nick Saban wanted to come back and coach, because the shadow of Saban already looms large, and now these rumors are out there. Listen, they've been kind of put to bed, but Saban himself has not come out and said, absolutely not. I think one of the questions, not just the expectations or pressure on Kalen DeBoer, that's certainly going to be its thing. But let's just call it what it is. Would Alabama be better off if Nick Saban did come back? Like, where are they better off with Kalen DeBoer there now, or are they better off if Nick Saban came back to coach?
100% Nick Saban.
Okay. That's only for the short term, though, clearly, because if you already retire once, that doesn't mean you're not going to rip off another decade here. And I would say that Alabama is actually better off with Kalen DeBoer now, because at some point, if Saban comes back, you're just going to have to replace him again, and you're going to be back in this. You're going to be back in this moment. Meanwhile, Kalen DeBoer didn't forget how to coach just because they only won 9 games last year in what you believe is every game in the SEC, whether it is Vanderbilt or whether it is Oklahoma, and the 2 high-profile losses that Alabama had last year, that those are harder than anyone else on anyone's schedule. So I think that
Well, it's not just you forgot how to coach. It's just harder for Alabama to stack recruits now. We talk about that a lot. So I think it's
whether
harder.
Saban's there or not, though.
But I think Saban has a better chance of doing that because he's Nick Saban. And actually, he's helping him out a lot on the recruiting trail, apparently. I just think Saban has a better chance to build a better team than Kellen DeBoer. So I think Kellen DeBoer worked great at Washington, but I'm just not sure is ready for the big league in SEC to be dominant like Saban was.
Well, but again, it's a different set of parameters. And are you sure that Nick Saban would actually be able to, stack 5 stars on top of 5 stars? Because it was trending away from that even when he was at the end.
Well, yeah, but he came into the recruiting process this year, apparently made it much more attractive. He really helped, according to the reports. So I think Nick Saban, I do think he'd be a better building a team than Kellen DeBoer, just because of fame. I think,
is it about fame now? Is it about money now? Is it about where I can shine?
Here's the thing. If the money is equal between Alabama and Georgia, it might say the money's equal, then maybe I think Nick Saban would be a deciding factor, where I don't think Kellen DeBoer would be that yet.
But again, eventually, at some point, you are going to have to move on from Nick Saban. It doesn't actually solve any problems for Alabama if he came back. And let's not also forget, the last college football playoff that Nick Saban and Alabama made really was because Florida State got royally screwed.
Well, right. But you said in the short term, okay, it feels to me, unless they're really great this year, and I'm wrong, it feels like Kellen DeBoer might be a bridge to the next coach, because that often happens in these situations where you take over for the legend and it doesn't work out great, and then somebody else comes in. I remember, what was the guy in North Carolina, Bill Guthridge, or when Dean Smith retired, there was a bridge to Roy Williams.
Right.
So I kind of wonder, is Kellen DeBoer going to be a bridge to Dan Lanning or something like that? It's crossed my mind.
Being the guy to replace the guy, never easy.
Especially in today's college football where it's so competitive to get these guys. We're just talking about it. I feel like Kellen DeBoer's in a really tough spot.
But he's also in a really great spot,
Is he?
Yeah, because you still are the head coach of one of the premier programs in all of college football. I'm sure he would say in some ways it's harder because the expectations may be bigger, but in some ways it's probably a lot easier than even being, at any of his previous stops, because you have so much support. You can call Nick Saban to help you close the deal on recruits. You have basically half the NFL went to Alabama. You also have a ton of resources. Is it like Texas A&M money? Maybe not, but if you're actually going to have this sort of maybe salary cap on college football at some point, the Alabama name is still huge.
I think it's the worst of the worst. You have all the expectations of Alabama and none of the advantages that Nick Saban had when he got there. So I don't think that everything you just described kind of works in today's game. I'm a little more cynical.
There's another thought that, Saban coming back to Alabama, if let's just hypothetical, but coming back to Alabama, does it feel a little like getting back with your ex? I know it didn't end badly between the two of them. So in some ways you don't have a lot of baggage, so to speak, but it's like you're trying to recreate and rekindle something that clearly he felt the need to walk away once. So what changed in a year, or 2 years that would all of a sudden, besides just him getting the itch?
Just that report from Greg McElroy that he wants to come back. We actually tried to find a home for him, Maggie, and I don't think we ever found the perfect home. Alabama's got all the elements that he would like. Why would he go? What was the?
I said SMU and you said Duke.
Yeah. If I'll tell you what's a better program than those two, Alabama.
Chris is in Birmingham, knows that. Chris, what do you think? Saban ever going back to Bama?
You shouldn't. I'm surprised at Perloff, because usually it's Maggie with the clickbait side of a topic like this. Listen, the man went 9-4 in his first year, Kellen DeBoer. Can we just give the man time to at least
yeah, thank you.
establish himself?
But Chris, you know how fans are down there. I listen to the Feinbaum show. It's pretty intense.
And if you call into the local Alabama radio station, 94.5 FM, I'm the main one telling the fans, slow it down. We got to tape our expectations. The NIL transfer portal deal is a real thing. When Saban left, majority of that roster left, and they went to the playoffs. In order to quote be the standard, you got to find your standard. Rome isn't built to the net. You have to build a foundation. You got to put your foothold in it, and to have expectations that the man should already be a world beater in year one. When most teams, even Manny Diaz or even EJ's Miami Hurricanes would even co-sign with Mario Cristobal. It was a pretty good year because I recall Mario Cristobal went 4-7 his first year. So, I mean.
Oh, and one of the more embarrassing moments in college football, remember where they could have taken a knee and they end up losing? Was that to Georgia Tech? Who was that?
That was to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and Chris, thank you so much for the phone call. I like the calm perspective from Chris in Birmingham. I think the bigger sort of you can talk about culture and foundation and expectations and all these big words. I'm kind of interested in what's going on with the Alabama quarterback situation. I know Ty Simpson got the job out of spring, still has it because nothing has changed since then. But how tight of a grip does he actually have on this three-way quarterback competition between himself, Austin Mack, and Keelan Russell, who's very young, just got in the program?
Yeah, it's funny. It feels like that. You're right. Is they don't necessarily have the blue chip starter, but I don't think that necessarily means they're out of the title picture because, right, Alabama doesn't necessarily need a first-round quarterback to win the title. They do have a lot of talent, but again, I understand, and maybe I'm being way too fast to judge Kellen DeBoer, but it's Alabama. You have to be a contender right now. And you just point out, they don't even necessarily have a starting quarterback. Maybe Ty Simpson seems fine, by the way. I have no problem with
Been
Ty
in college
Simpson.
for a long time. So
yeah, he should be fine.
It's weird because he's been in college for a long time, but it's not that he's experienced in terms of tons of starts.
Yeah, but listen, look at who won last year. It was
Will Howard.
Will Howard, and who won? Stetson Bennett. You don't need Joe Burrow to win a title these days, because if Alabama was as talented as they used to be, but their best players at Ohio State, Caleb Downs, the safety, is unbelievable. He had a great point. A lot of guys left when Saban left. It's a hard assignment for DeBoer. I might be underestimating him as a coach. He's a clever offensive guy, but it's different, Maggie, in the year 2025. The money's spread out a lot more. You were talking about Texas Tech outbidding Alabama. I don't know that DeBoer is going to have an easy assignment. He gets all the expectations and none of the advantages.
We'll see if he ends up getting the credit if they end up doing something fun this season. One small note, their new offensive coordinator, somebody who has coached with Kalen DeBoer for 15 years, Ryan Grubb, who had a chance to be an NFL coordinator. Got to take that. Can't gatekeep a guy from that. So he was with the Seahawks last year, but that obviously didn't go great. So now he's at Alabama. 888-710-4ISN. Would Saban coming back be a good thing for Alabama, or do you just have to turn the page and just let Kalen DeBoer sink or swim? Okay, let's get to it. Maggie and Perloff's quest to find the greatest sports nickname of all time. We've already released one region. Well, we've released the whole bracket. That's on our social media at Maggie and Pearl on X, Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. We've already gone through the hoops and handles region.
It became personal with me.
And you can vote on such things as Air Jordan as the 1 seed versus the 16 seed White Chocolate. Can I give you a little Black Mamba versus Dr. Dunkenstein?
That old debate. Love it.
The worm against the answer. It's all there for you at Maggie and Perloff. But Manny, let's hit it. Our second region gets revealed right now.
Legends aren't born, they're nicknamed. It's Maggie and Perloff's search for the greatest nickname in sports.
Okay, this is our legacy and legends region. Although they could all really be legends of their own type.
Don't call them a legend, though.
Yeah, got in trouble for that yesterday. Okay, the 1 seed in this region is the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
This day in hockey history, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, scored the final goal of his NHL career.
Shot kicked away by Flaherty. Linden is pressured. Gretzky in front. Saved by Flaherty. The rebound. Score! It's taken a long time, but Wayne Gretzky is finally the all-time leading professional goal scorer.
The great one against the 16 seed Hammerin' Hank. Of course, Hank Aaron. This one may have been seeded a little bit too low. Hammerin' Hank, we do like that one. The 8th seed in this region, the legacy and legends, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Pearl, I love that. Against another boxer, the 9th seed, the Brown Bomber. Of course, Joe Louis.
Where's he from?
Much debate. The 5th seed in this region, legacy and legends, Mr. Cub. Ernie Banks goes up against the 12th seed as we're trying to find the best nickname in sports, the Galloping Ghost.
Go, Cubs, go!
Red Grange was the Galloping Ghost.
Red Grange, okay.
The 4th seed in this region, the Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers.
Give me 18 inches of daylight. That's all I need.
Sayers recorded one of the NFL's finest single-game performances.
With that game just 2 minutes old and the field slick from rain, Gale Sayers sprints past the prospectors for an 80-yard screen pass, touchdown run.
The Kansas Comet and Gale Sayers faces off against the 13th seed in this region, the Flying Dutchman.
Can't forget the Flying Dutchman.
That would be Honus Wagner, who most people know as just being the most expensive baseball card or whatever. But he was the Flying Dutchman.
I thought that was Franz and Mo's brother, the Wagner brothers.
Well, they're not Dutch, though. They're German, aren't they?
Classic mistake.
No, I think the Van Bredikoffs were also known as Flying Dutchmen.
Was it Rick Smith, the Flying Dutchman?
There's a few Flying Dutchmen, turns
Robin
out.
Van Persie, I think. Anyway.
We're giving it to Honus Wagner. 6th seed in the Legacy and Legends region of greatest sports nicknames, Charlie Hustle.
I gave Joe DiMaggio a shower.
Against the 11th seed in this region, Mr. October. The 3rd seed in this region, of course, Babe Ruth, the Great Bambino.
It was signed by Babe Ruth. Yeah. You keep telling me that. Who is she? What? What? The Sultan of Swat. The King of Crash. The Colossus of Clout. The Colossus of Clout. Babe Ruth! The Great Bambino!
Amazing from the Sandlot. The 3 seed, the Great Bambino, faces off against the 14 seed, Broadway Joe Namath. 7 seed in this region, Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta. Against another legend, 10 seed, the Yankee Clipper. That would be Joe DiMaggio.
I gave Joe DiMaggio a shower.
The fact we got to use that twice in the same region is not an accident. The 2nd seed in this region, the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays.
When discussing the topic of the greatest all-round players of all time, Willie Mays' name is almost always at the top or very near the top of the list. Throughout his 22-year Major League career, there seemed to be no shortage of ways in which the Say Hey Kid could take over a ballgame.
This crowd to his feet with a catch, which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
And the 2nd seed, the Say Hey Kid, faces off against the 15 seed, the Iron Horse. Of course, Lou Gehrig. So there you go. That's your Legacy and Legends region, Pearl. Again, if you want to see them all in one place, at Maggie and Pearl on X, Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. And on our YouTube feed right now, youtube.com/Infinity Sports.
Yeah, my favorite one is the Raging Bull against the Yankee Clipper. I don't know why that makes me laugh, because people are going to think we're talking about the movie.
Fair. We're not doing a greatest sports movies bracket, although maybe that could be another time. This is a tough one.
So when you were playing baseball in the 40s, 50s, 60s, even before, like you had to have a nickname, right? Is that the deal? Like you just couldn't be called by your normal name? Why do we not do that now? Well,
we got the Big Dumper.
Yeah, but generally, like it's not like we didn't even know these guys, some of these real names. Back then, it was 100% nicknames. Lefty, Whitey, whatever,
Yeah. This is why we're paying homage to all those great nicknames.
Yeah, Babe Ruth.
So you can vote at Maggie and Pearl on who should move on. Now, Pearl, you want to quickly, we got to take a quick break, but you want to go back to the basketball region, the hoops and handles region, which was released earlier in the show. You had an issue with the seeding here?
Oh, no, I think there's a real contender in this list, a 5 seed, which is not that low. I think a Black Mamba is going to just kill it because everybody loves Kobe.
So you think Black Mamba is going to emerge from the hoops and handles, beating out the likes of Air Jordan, Greek Freak, Chocolate Thunder,
more successful,
Pistol Pete, and others?
I think Air Jordan against Black Mamba is going to feel like, you know how sometimes like two great teams meet in the Sweet 16?
Mm-hmm.
I think whoever emerges out of that could win the whole thing. I'm being dead here.
I'm just playing.
I have a favorite in another bracket, but I think Black Mamba is a really dangerous team coming into this tournament.
888-710-4ISN.
I mean, you got to bet against Kobe, Maggie?
I'm not, but even Kobe, has a tough first-round matchup here. Dr. Duncanstein?
Yeah, it's a little old school.
It's old school, but it's cool as hell.
It's super cool. I mean, I don't think he was a real medical doctor. He was a PhD. He had a PhD in dunking.
Yeah.
I did. Their polls are out there. There's one real close battle. Really, I don't know who's going to come out of this one. But
who is it? Go ahead. Are you on it?
I think it's is it the Iceman? Help me out, EJ. The Iceman and the Mailman are close. One of them is really close. The rest are
Iceman and Mailman. You're looking at 57% to 42% right now.
Yeah, those are both so iconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iceman, Mailman. The biggest blowout is Magic is just destroying it. And Magic has a shot too. That's a pretty good nickname.
Magic against the 15 seed is the 2 seed against the 15 seed, the big ticket, of course, which is Kevin Garnett. Okay, so those 2 regions that you can vote on, all 4 regions have been revealed. You can go check out the whole bracket, and we will find sports' greatest nickname. Okay, coming up next, lots to do, including more from SEC Media Days, not just Kalen DeBoer and whether him talking about Nick Saban and the expectations for Alabama. We've got one of our faves at the podium. It's Maggie and Perloff.
The Great Bambino!
You're in a 5-minute break.
Turn for some laughs with a beer in his hand and his feet on the grass. He cheers for the Bogush and Perloff with a toast to the day. 4th of July's the best, you'll hear him say. Raise your glass like the sky. It's the 4th once more. Drunkle Sam's got stories that you can't ignore. From Maggie to Perloff, he's got quite the plan.
Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
Sam's got his turkey day plans. Sipping bourbon from a can, yeah, that's his stance. He's got the Maggie and Perloff show on blast. Now Bailey rode into town with suspicion in his eyes, saying Kaplan's got a secret and he's hiding it inside. Zach Jobs lost in darkness, Ryan Stream's a mess. Chappelle Wolf's just a spinning wheel. Oh Lord, what a distress. But Maggie and Perloff, they shine so bright.
Yes, Big Friendly, I love your poems, and would love to go on a date with you. Yes, Big Friendly, I love your poems, and would love to go on a date with you.
2 minutes remaining.
Yes, Big Friendly, I love your poems, and would love to go on a date with you.
Alien for Manny shirt, that's yeah, yes, Big Friendly. Yes. I love your poems and would love to go on a date with you. Alien for Manny shirt, that's yeah, yes, Big Friendly. Yes. I love your poems and would love to go on a date with you.
One minute, 30 seconds remaining.
cheap box. Maggie's rolling down the highway, feeling kinda rough. Last night's dinner, fighting back, oh man, it's getting tough. She grips her wheel, but it's too late, oh no, here it comes. Her Yeti ain't just holding water, now it's holding chunks. Oh, Maggie's puking in her car. Yeti bottle's gone too far. Her toothbrush ain't gonna make it through.
15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back, Maggie and Perloff Show. We're doing a bracket of the greatest nicknames of all time. Already, we have polls up on X. There's some blowouts, but there's some real close battles. There are so many great nicknames. I'm telling you, I keep coming back to them. They used to know how to do this great, Maggie. Now it's a maybe we are. You need years to establish it. Somebody called in earlier in the show, Big Dumper. I gotta tell you, it's too soon on Big Dumper.
We didn't put them on. 64 greatest nicknames. The entire bracket's out right now on our social handles at Maggie and Pearl on X, Maggie and Perloff on Instagram. But we've only released 2 regions that you can vote on right now. So we'll do 2 more regions tomorrow to vote on. But the whole list is out there. Let's get to PJ, who's in Atlanta. What's up, PJ?
Yo, where's Sweetness at?
Don't worry. Sweetness is coming tomorrow. So we would never leave off Sweetness. I promise Sweetness has made it onto the field of 64. But I'm glad you called because we all want to reiterate, if you want to see the whole graphic, you got to go to our social channels. Just the ones we're voting on today is
I don't do social.
You don't do social?
I just call you.
Oh.
No, I just call you and work my way around 3 hours of the day, and then I do sales. So Sweetness is coming up. What seed is he?
Do you want to reveal
You have to
this?
listen tomorrow.
You'll have to listen tomorrow. Sweetness, by the way, tough first-round matchup, but I think Walter Payton is going to make it out of this first-round matchup, Pearl, but it's not going to be easy.
Ooh.
It's a
What are you talking about?
Well,
the guy that missed one game in his career.
PJ, we're talking about nicknames only, though. We're not judging on their body of work. This isn't like yesterday. We're doing the one home run for your life or one at bat for your life.
Which man he won, by the way?
Just the nickname.
Well, I think it's a combo in
It's
the
the
sense.
greatest name. The guy said he ran so sweet that he got cavities watching it.
That's a good line.
Should we reveal who Sweetness is going up against?
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
That's whack.
Again, peer pressured here.
Well, it's on the internet.
That's true. Okay, PJ. Tomorrow, Sweetness is a 5 seed going up against a 12 seed, the Glove. PJ.
That's a boat race.
Gary
Glove.
Payton.
Gary Payton? He couldn't play football if it fell on.
Actually, Gary Payton would have been a
thank
great
you.
football player.
Gary Payton, Portland legend, by the way.
Yeah, legend multiple cities, as we found out from our Mount Olympus
Gary
project.
Payton would have been a killer football player. I would have loved to seen him play safety. Ooh.
So that's tomorrow, the Tough Guys and Enforcers region of the bracket. Sweetness is there with the Glove. They're going head-to-head.
The way you guys did this, do you try to mirror it to the actual NCAA tournament where like the 5-12 is traditionally, the 12 is like live? Is that how you're doing that?
Sure.
Because, I mean, the Glove is, that's like that's a pretty good one.
Listen, they're all good. Getting it down to 64, is there one that you don't think belongs in here?
No, not that they don't belong, just the seedings. I'm kind of like, okay, like, because you don't want all chalk brackets. I was just curious if that went into the thinking as far as the seeds go, you know?
I mean, I tried to, as best as I could, name the bracket, the nicknames as good as possible.
Yeah.
So a 12 seed, I thought was the 12th best nickname. But I think naturally those become dangerous matchups.
Can I just tell you, share you a very wrong AI overview search that I just ran into?
God, please.
I was looking at
I hate AI overview.
God, please, Maddie's like with CeeLo asking about the freaking seeds here.
Yeah.
Let's get to something else.
PJ called and said Gary Payton couldn't play football. I'm like, you know what? He looked like he would have been a good high school player. And I went to check it. He did not play football, but his son, Jared Payton, apparently played professional football.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he's Walter Payton's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not Gary Payton's son.
He's not Gary Payton's son. Right.
That's my point. AI overview called Jared Payton Gary Payton's son.
Oh, they got that wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's awful.
Okay.
yeah. But I can't find any Gary Payton football. Sorry, PJ.
We are so worried about the robots taking over. They don't even know that Jared Payton is not Gary Payton's son.
Yeah.
By the way, Gary Payton's son does play sports. He's in the NBA, and it's Gary Payton
I know.
second.
I think he's a champion, right?
He's a champion.
Yeah. Golden State Warriors.
I mean, honestly, it's incredible. Michael Jordan's son, Michael B. Jordan, incredible actor.
Actually, I do. Michael Beasley and the guy who cheated, Malik Beasley. I've been very interested in their connection.
Michael Beasley and Malik Beasley.
Maybe the two most fascinating players of all time.
Yeah, by the way, that's allegedly.
All time.
The backstory that's coming out of Malik Beasley is incredible. And Michael Beasley is definitely number one.
He's your
Can
favorite
you name
player's favorite
EJ,
player?
you're with me on this.
Oh, he's a wild guy.
He's fascinating.
Of all time, though. Wow.
Oh,
that's
you got to
big.
see him playing one-on-one against randos right now.
Okay.
CeeLo. Not of all. I'm exaggerating, but
I
he's
know,
quite
yeah.
interesting on social
I've been
media.
told I'm too literal. Sorry.
So
I mean,
Malik,
he describes shaking someone in the basketball court, like breaking their ankles, as quote, "You're gonna be shaking ass when you're guarding me."
Okay.
That's how. That's a little hint into how
Little
weird
insight.
Michael Eaves is.
Yeah.
you know, we can't do best butt in sports right now, but I'll tell you what, we could have. That because of Cal Raleigh, the big dumpers, all of a sudden brought sports butts into the big forefront, but or the back.
Wait, what's the competition there? Who are some other famous sports butts? Maybe as men, we don't notice this as much.
Refrigerator Perry.
He was more a stomach. Most famous stomachs in football.
We could do that too. Just body parts. How long till we get fired?
B.J. Raji had a great stomach.
Yeah, by the way, you know that Pete Rose clip that you keep playing about Joe DiMaggio? That was a famous body part that he was referring to.
Yeah, that's true. But that we can't do that. It will definitely be fired.
I gave Joe DiMaggio a shower.
We're never going to make it past the 7 o'clock hour. I was going somewhere with this. I can't remember. CeeLo has updates.
Big butts.
Big butts.
It's the Sir Mix-a-Lot region.
Cecil Fielder.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Cecil Fielder. How about if I say thighs?
Saquon.
Saquon or A.J. Dillon. 1-2. Quadzilla.
Yeah. No
you
doubt.
guys are going to make me say it because you don't want to sound and seem like pigs. Serena. I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What?
yeah, of course.
Oh, but. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. But I thought it's funny. I wasn't focused on that direction. Yeah.
CeeLo's got updates for you before we
I was
get
watching her
ourselves
tennis.
into any more hot water. What's up?
Well, there's not a lot happening in sports, so we've been having some fun with the Shane Gillis monologue from last night's ESPYs. But this was one of the tamer jokes, but I thought quick and effective. I was surprised it didn't get a little bit better reaction, especially kind of recency bias here, pointing out in the crowd the reigning NBA and Finals MVP.
SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble.
They were just, people were like, whatever.
Sean Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
Solid sports joke.
Yes.
That's pretty cute. I like that joke.
It's current. I mean, they just won. That was a talking point during the postseason, the
Still,
playoffs.
and it's very critical.
Well,
but
this
it
is the
wasn't, like,
only
personal.
room you can do that in, too,
Yeah.
because no one else is going to know that he's like, the foul bait.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your chance. But anyway.
It's kind of like poo-poo is like, you're a foul merchant. That's why you won the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Anyway, much edgier with this one, which he seemed pretty hesitant about.
I didn't write this. Put your hands where my eyes can see is what they say when Deshaun Watson gets a massage. I disagree as well. I swear to God, I didn't want to tell it.
Yeah, sure. You did.
That I don't
Yeah,
get.
right.
What's the first part of that joke?
Yeah, the setup was weird. Put your hands where my eyes can see.
They say that?
I don't know who says
Oh,
that,
like
but he said that's
cops
what they
say
say.
that or something?
I'm not sure what the lead-in was
I
there.
thought it was the lead into the song, but I didn't hear the whole joke.
Oh, okay.
Right? Isn't that the Busta Rhymes song?
Yeah, put your hands where your eyes can see, but it's obviously,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But like,
got it.
why
That explains
why
it.
did
Thank
that
you,
come up
thank you,
last
thank
night?
you.
I don't know. That part I'm not sure about.
There were a couple
He
that
performed.
Oh. Well, that
He was
makes
performing, right? Or my
Busta Rhymes? I don't think he
I
performed.
saw him in the crowd.
Cliff performed. That was really cool. Jello performed as well.
Did he?
Yes, he did. And
LiAngelo Ball.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball came out and introduced his brother. It was a nice moment. And then Jello, walked around the stage mumbling some words, and everybody had a good time.
And then yada, yada, yada. They gave an award to the Eagles, and the night was over.
So wait, Busta Rhymes didn't play? Because I saw a headline like he was playing.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
Yeah.
I the clips I saw were the clips and the other guy. And
Clearly,
Jello.
we were locked in on this.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm very proud. I've never seen a second of the ESPYs in my entire life. I never will. I've seen a lot of social
my bad.
media.
He did perform. Yeah, Buster was there. That
There
makes
you
sense.
go. You were right, Pro. Good job.
Oh, yeah. But no, I didn't know that was a lyric from his song. So there we go.
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Perloff gets no credit for this.
Yeah,
He's
no,
awarded
I'm
no
so glad.
points.
I was
And may God
actually
have mercy on
asking.
all of our souls.
I was actually asking someone to explain. Now I get the joke. Okay.
A small thing about Busta Rhymes, great in concert. Unexpectedly awesome to see in concert. I'm just going to leave that there. CeeLo, back to you.
Based on what?
I've seen him.
I know, but what was it that you...
He did this really great thing where he does he tells a story in the beginning and they do drops almost like our show. And it weaves through, and he's like doing setups and telling jokes where the songs are the payoff.
Nice.
Very clever.
See, it goes based on what?
Well, I mean, like,
Something I've never seen before.
My question, like, what differentiate? What was different from just hearing
he
the
did
songs?
like a whole skit, like
I
a whole
that.
setup,
All right.
and all the music played into it, and
Very
it
cool.
made the crowd go
Also,
nuts.
Busta Rhymes' energy is always
Oh,
a
so
10.
good.
I mean, he's always and Mr. Energy, basically. He comes out and he's just yelling and jumping and going crazy. That's Busta Rhymes' jam.
All right, I'm sold. I'll have to check them out. Not the smoothest night for the presenters either. Matthew Stafford and Olympian Sydney McLaughlin up on stage looking for their script at one point.
Can we work on the prompter there? We got a black and white screen. Sorry about that. America, there you go.
Great, thank you.
Didn't know what to say or do.
I mean, come on, improvise, ad lib.
Not their specialty.
Sorry about that, America.
Yeah.
Audible, Matt Stafford.
Yeah, he does know audibles. That's true.
Kill.
Can. And then
Kill
there
the
was
monitor.
Drewski. Definitely left him with too much responsibility, as we learned here, and the pivotal moment for Pearl's team.
Yes. So I am a little bit of a dumbass. I did not bring the envelope out here. But I left it in my seat. Could you please? I'm sorry. Listen, everybody act like this didn't happen. Sorry. Yeah. ESPYS. First time. Yeah. And the ESPY goes to Philadelphia Eagles.
Kraft all over the big moment for the
No, I think he handled that well, though.
Did he? That was good improvisation.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's it.
ESPYs, first time, yeah.
He called himself a dumbass.
Yes, he did. He did.
I think he handled that pretty well.
Okay.
I'm asking, just because I'm a little skeptical.
What do you mean by that?
Did he do this on purpose?
Maybe.
Yeah, he sounded like he was well prepared for that.
Well, this is like when Steve Harvey messed up the end of the Miss USA pageant, and it gave more attention on the Miss USA pageant than probably ever before because he had the wrong winner.
But that was not on purpose, though.
It wasn't?
That I don't think was on purpose either.
You think that Steve Harvey moment was on purpose? That is hot.
Her tinfoil hat is on.
That was a disaster.
Exactly. Do you remember any other Miss USAs?
But wait. Like,
Bill Belichick.
I think the video
one that
game, it
won?
looked like a complete accident with the
Maybe
Miss
he's a better
USA.
actor than you think.
Steve Harvey.
Don't worry. You watch Steve Harvey.
Do you think the La La Land Moonlight mistake the
When you
Oscars?
say it like that. No, I think Moonlight really, I don't think that was on purpose. I think that was just Warren Beatty or they messed it up, right? That was the people behind the scenes. Steve Harvey, he just read it wrong. Drewski left the envelope. These guys are responsible for those screw ups.
Well, the only difference is this is not a real award. It's an ESPY. It's Team of the Year. They have the Lombardi Trophy. They don't care that they won the ESPY.
Even more of a
They were
reason to
there.
not take it seriously and make a big joke out of it.
Yes,
Sirianni
right.
was there. Some of the offensive line was there. They were into it. I don't know where my voice is going here. Jeez.
Do you think that they would have an ESPY on the wall at the Eagles facility?
God, please, you joke of a franchise.
No, but somebody would hang it in their house. They'd have like.
Who do you think gets to keep it? Like Jordan Mailata or something?
I assume with Lori.
Xander Schauffele's parents, apparently, as we learned yesterday. They get all the trophies.
Right. That's
Sorry, is there an actual trophy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an ESPY. It's like a long silver thing with a ball on top.
Goes in Nick Sirianni's trophy room in
No,
Jamestown, New York.
It does not. It does not make anybody's trophy room.
All right,
What do you
guarantee
do
it's
with
in
it?
some-
Just
it's in
toss it in the
someone's
trash?
Howie Roseman have it? Who has it?
I think it goes into a closet.
No chance.
No, because you could even do it like ironically. It's just kind of fun. It's like when someone gets a Razzie, I guess. Is
put it in Saquon Barkley's locker room so he can feel like he won the MVP.
I bet it's in the facility, not next to the Lombardi trophies, but somewhere, sure, on display, at least for a year.
People love winning stuff.
This year, like into this season, hey, we won the ESPY for Team of the Year. There you go.
Every team has like their trophy hall, and I've never seen an ESPY there. I don't think.
I haven't investigated that closely enough.
Yeah,
I only spent time at the Jets facility.
They got that one.
Any ESPYs.
not really a hallway so much.
All right, there was an ESPY for best
most dysfunctional franchise goes to.
They got they have at least one Lombardi. It's getting lonely according to Aaron
I'm
Rodgers.
saying like in recent since the ESPYs became a thing. I don't know
there was actually a Rodgers joke last night.
Butt fumble ESPY there. Yeah, there was.
It was pretty good actually. I believe the joke was
no.
Aaron Rodgers thought it was a bad idea to take the vaccine, but then he joined the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't.
maybe.
Once again, I think I don't totally get it.
So you don't know me.
So the Jets being a worse idea than taking the vaccine?
Yes. He may have been wrong
he
about
thought,
that too.
At the Jets.
Thought taking the vaccine was a bad idea. Then he joined the Jets.
Yes.
When in doubt, slam the Jets.
Take a shot at the Jets. I like that.
People laugh for that.
Speaking of, Vinny's calling from Arizona. Good morning, Vinny.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it. What's up?
Hey, so I tuned in a little bit late on my way to work, but when you guys were talking about the best butts of sports, what about the one that Mark Sanchez ran into, Brandon Moore?
Yeah, infamous.
There you go.
Vinny, poor Brandon Moore, right? Who was nothing but a class act. Got to be around him a little bit. Long NFL career, I think it was a decade.
Really good guard.
Really good guard.
Yeah.
And a team that probably made it as far as they did because of the defense, but also because that offensive line was so good. Nick Mangold and the Brickishaw Ferguson, okay?
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
and Vinny, he's only remembered for that. He could have just lived the rest of his life in peace, he could have been one of those more anonymous kind of football players who's just stinking rich, gets to live the rest of his life, raise his kids, Vinny, thanks so much, be with his beautiful wife, and instead, he's the most famous butt in sports because Mark Sanchez ran in.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with it happening. He just happened to be there.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets.
Nothing. And he was not exactly a big joker either.
No.
He was a very serious dude.
I literally have no idea who you guys are talking about.
We're talking about
the guy.
I remember the butt fumble.
There was a person attached to that
That
butt.
makes her point.
I didn't know there was a real person. I thought it was just a butt.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, actually, more famous butt now because of the tush push. It's probably got to be Jalen Hurts just because his tush gets pushed so famously.
I googled most famous butts in sports, and it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go.
Shocker.
It looks like an Instagram feed of modern athletes.
Do me a favor, don't exit out of that tab. I'm going to go look at it in between breaks. Thank you very much.
And with that, we're going to toss to break so we can shuffle some deck chairs here.
Thank you.
Thank you, CeeLo. More great nicknames. That's what we're doing. Not a bracket of 64 greatest sports butts. It's greatest sports nicknames, everybody. We'll get back to it in just a minute. Also, we've got some new odds came out for the NFL season. Want to get the most important ones to you next.
You're in a 5-minute break.
Pick up, left Maggie Perloff to clean this up. Maybe he's in Vegas, maybe he's in Spain, or maybe he just hits those again. We got Dead Air Day filling in, while Sam gets written up again. Where the hell is Peter Bellotti? Left the show hanging like a back karate. Shep had a vision. He thought he was grand, thought LeBron would pick up, thought he'd make a stand. But the Lakers saw his email and let out a sigh. Is this guy for real? He must be high. Did you think you'd book the king?
4 minutes remaining. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. $45 seconds remaining. $30 seconds remaining. $15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
I might swerve in that corner, whoa, whoa. Hold on tight, cause I tweaking this, tell it go. And I heard that she wanna show.
Welcome back. Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. So the best nicknames in the sports bracket is live. You can go vote on 2 regions are now open. 2 out of 4. We'll open the other 2 tomorrow for voting.
Where did Jello fall in all of this?
Yeah, LiAngelo Ball did not make it onto our 64s. Between him and the Galloping Ghost, it was neck and neck. But okay.
I don't think 9 games at UCLA and a summer league stint.
And an arrest, right?
In China.
In China. That was like an international incident.
It's always a bad idea.
He palmed a pair of sunglasses in a mall.
I think he played in Mexico, too, LiAngelo.
Did he?
I think so, for the Astros de Jalisco.
You knew that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. Let's get to the NFL because we've got some new odds that came out, Pearl, for the upcoming season. Rookie of the Year odds right now.
Yeah. So we're really focusing, I assume, on offense here. It's always a skill position player. Obviously, you're not going to name a tackle. Rookie of the Year. It feels to me like a 2-horse race. It's got to be Ashton Jenney or Cam Ward.
Yeah, so Ashton Jenney is the leader at plus 270. Cam Ward right behind him at plus 300. And Travis Hunter is plus 900. Teteroa McMillan plus 1,000. And the first quarterback on the list is Tyler Shuck at, the second quarterback, Cam Ward's number one. Tyler Shuck at plus 1,200. Here's my gripe with these odds for both offensive and defensive rookie of the year. I'm really surprised that Travis Hunter is so low on.
But which
he's
one?
Top 3, so he's 3 on offensive and he's 3 on defense.
Right, that's the problem. That's why he's low, because he's going to share snaps on both sides. He can't focus. He can't get enough catches to win on offense, and it's hard to get the counting stats on defense.
It's funny in his
Has
career.
Shohei Ohtani taught us nothing?
In his career, though, I think that he may have a better chance of winning an MVP than he ever would to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. If Shohei has taught us something. Shohei has not come close to winning the Cy Young, though.
Right.
But
he was actually on. I thought he was before he got hurt. That he was good. He was in the Cy Young conversation. But here's the thing. I think you guys are underestimating the uniqueness of Travis Hunter. Even if the counting stats may not be there, he has a better shot maybe at defensive rookie, to be honest, if he comes up with a couple interceptions.
So.
Maybe he's more than offensive. But the uniqueness of it is going to be, he's going to get extra love for that. It's going to be like graded on a curve. And I think it's a lot like the Heisman. He didn't have the best counting stats for the Heisman Trophy, for offensive or for defensive. He was damn good, and he definitely got a boost because he was doing both. Plus 1,000, that's an easy bet to make.
The nature of the award, Heisman's overall, though, right? I think the nature of the award, splitting an offense-defense, pins him a little bit. Now, you're right. I think he's a much better chance at defense, because what do we think the high-end offense would possibly be? Receptions or receiving yards. I don't see
Brian
him,
Thomas, they have a legit wide receiver.
Yeah, I
there.
just don't see them using enough because they'd wear him down so much. I think that he's going to be 75% offense, and that's not enough to win. There's going to be somebody who comes up, Teteroa McMillan. Somebody's going to have a big year.
Yeah, but you got to be on a winning team, don't you, or close to it?
Rookie of the year, I think you could. Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson famously won for the Jets. And how good were they that year?
But they weren't like a 3-win team or a 4-win team. How many wins do you think the Carolina Panthers are going to have this year?
Well, people are into the Panthers. That's a buzzy team.
Yeah, that's buzzy, but realistically,
I think their win total is at 7. I could see that. I mean, again, I'm not saying specifically him. That's why I think Ashton Jenney could, if he runs for 1,500 yards and they win 7 games, that's fine.
7 is fine. 3-4 can't do it. Manny Abdul Carter is the leader for defensive rookie of the year, plus 200, and Jalen Walker's next, plus 850. Travis Hunter third, plus 1,000.
That's great. Can he score some touchdowns for us?
I'm wondering, to have an impact as a pass rusher, you got to be in close games. How bad do we think the Giants season's going to be?
I don't think so. I think that's a very much a pad my stats position. You can even blow off and just get sacks.
No, but you run the ball when you're in a blowout. You're not going to put your quarterback at risk. Don't you just run the ball to run out the clock?
Rack up those TFLs.
I said that to you, but to be honest, I don't actually think the Giants are going to have a terrible year. I think my hot take of the season is that Brian Daboll keeps his job.
One thing about the Giants, they have a lot of sacks to share because they got a lot of talent up there. The front line, I think, they'll have to share.
Yeah, their defensive line is good.
Oh,
not sure about the secondary. Defensive line is good, and I think the only thing Brian Daboll is really getting judged on is whenever Jackson Dart does get into see some action, that he looks good,
competent.
Competent, or that you see something.
The problem with that is if Jackson Dart shows something and they're bad, then next year's class is good and 27th class is amazing.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, if Brian Daboll is out of a job next year and you have Jackson Dart and you have a high draft pick, don't you think that job becomes a little bit more attractive because you have a quarterback? Maybe you could maybe trade that quarterback, get some more assets, get another first-round pick, get Arch, trade that pick that maybe could turn into Arch, get more first-round picks.
No, I see it more likely as what if they're terrible and Jackson Dart is just okay, and then they're looking at the number 3 pick and that's a quarterback. That's a tough spot, too. I think that's why people don't take a quarterback at 26.
Okay, but so the Giants' issues, right, is they need a quarterback, whether it's going to be Jackson Dart or someone in the future. And Brian Daboll is kind of like that guy that people like to develop quarterbacks. Yeah. He hasn't really been given that opportunity. Daniel Jones, and you did still make the playoffs and won a playoff game, and then injuries and Tommy DeVito, I think Daboll, you would look out at the coaching candidates and be like, all right, well, we still have to develop a quarterback, so we're going to probably look for an offensive guy, and we already got one in the building.
I think they has to go at least 9-8 to do that. I think any losing record, I think they lose patience.
888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Our quest to find the greatest nickname in the history of sports starts today. Boats in the water, guys. Go to Maggie and Perloff on Instagram, Maggie and Pearl on X. See our bracket.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. 1 minute remaining. $45 seconds remaining. $30 seconds remaining. $15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
Legends getting called out. Welcome to the show, Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. You can mean that a couple different ways. So first of all, I want to point everybody to our nicknames bracket. We are attempting to find the greatest sports nickname of all time. Good morning, Pearl. How you doing?
I'm good. Pearl, great nickname. Is that guy on our list?
No, hold on. You said that names can't be on that like personal names couldn't be on the list. Pearl is Perloff. It's basically Perloff.
Earl the Pearl could have been on this list.
Yeah, but
spoiler,
it's an homage to Dwayne Pearl Washington and Earl the Pearl because I have a mad creative hoops game.
How
Where do you think that came from? Just because my last name was Perloff? No. They're like, he is the incarnation of Earl the Pearl Monroe.
I'm such an amateur.
Yeah, Manny, how did you not know about Pearl? So what did you say? Your mad skills? What'd you call it?
I don't know. I mean, Earl Monroe, Dwayne the Pearl Washington was a magician. I mean, he was crazy.
No, you don't have to tell me, Syracuse legend. So, okay, we have our nickname bracket, which is live now, and there are 2 out of the 4 regions are available for you to vote on, and we hope you will. Voting is open for 24 hours. It is the Hoops and Handles region, where the number 1 seed, Air Jordan, up against the 16 seed, White Chocolate. It goes on from there. Some other notable ones, the 5th seed in this region, Black Mamba, going up against the 12th seed, Dr. Duncan Stein.
Daryl Griffith.
Of course.
Daryl Griffith, right?
Yeah. Number 4 seed, the Rain Man, which a few of us found out that is not spelled R-A-I-N. Sean Kemp's nickname is R-E-I-G-N. The Rain Man against 13th seed, the logo, and it goes on from there.
Yeah, it's so funny. I thought it was Rain Man.
You're not alone. I also thought it was Rain Man. I thought it was a nod to the Seattle weather. It turns out that's not true.
Well, no, I think it's tied into that. I think it's a double entendre.
That's a play on words.
Oh,
but he's losing badly in the poll. Where's my love for Sean Kemp? He's like one of my favorite players of all time.
Well, he's going up against the logo, so that's going to be a tough one to win.
When they make the actual league's logo after you, that's pretty good.
Well, and also every one of these nicknames, we're doing 64. The bar is so ridiculously high.
Yeah.
You think, 64 is a lot. It's not when you start getting down to it. So that's just the Hoops and Handles region. And then we also have the Legacy and Legends region, which is alive for you to vote on as well. 1 seed in this region is the Great One. Wayne Gretzky goes up against 16 seed Hammer and Hank. I mean, Hank Aaron is a 16 seed in this nickname bracket.
But Hammer and Hank.
The alliteration.
It's an alliteration, but his name is in it. That it's not as a nickname as some of the other ones. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we're not saying he's not the best baseball player. Like, people have to understand. It's nothing against Hank Aaron.
This is a nickname only.
Yes.
The 2nd seed in this region, the Say Hey Kid against the Iron Horse. 3rd seed, the Great Bambino against Broadway Joe. Kansas Comet, of course, is
Great Bambino.
The Great Hambino is definitely on our movie nickname.
And the Kansas Comet is the 4 seed Gale Sayers against the Flying Dutchman, which is Honus Wagner, but there's a few Dutchmen. The Van Bredikoff family, I know, is famously also Flying Dutchman, but we're giving it to Honus Wagner.
There's several people who have the same nicknames. We just did 2 Pearls.
A couple Rockets.
Yeah, there's 3 Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
3 very famous Rockets.
So
actually, I don't even know. When I saw we all put out a list, I wasn't sure which Rocket people were talking about.
I thought we were talking about Elton John.
2, the Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Same thing.
Which would have been a good nickname.
Why is no one in sports have Rocket Man?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe Kevin Durant this year will be the Rocket Man.
He's already the Slim Reaper, which, again, didn't make the cut.
Tarantula.
And the Tarantula. He's got a couple.
The Rocket Man was Kim Jong-un.
Oh, boy.
That's a good one. Yeah, no, the funny thing, too, is I think it hurts
18 hole-in-ones.
If you have 4 nicknames, then you don't have one nickname. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
That's a problem.
However, you're going to be a hypocrite, though, because in our own bracket, the Diesel does make it on.
But he was probably a little bit lower because he had multiple nicknames.
What's good, Chuck?
Shaq has so many nicknames. The Big Aristotle.
Yeah.
Shaqtus. Oh, Jenks,
Shaqtus was awesome.
Did everyone call him Shazam or not really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He was just in that movie.
The
Big
Shaq
Shamrock.
Charles, our guy Charles Barkley has 2 nicknames that hurt you. It does hurt you. You guys would be when you're known as one thing, like Sweetness, Walter Payton.
Yep,
who
who's
someone
in a
called in about earlier. Yeah, like nobody.
Different region. We actually had a long discussion.
They don't call me Championship Chuck.
They don't call him Championship Chuck.
That's his nickname, right?
They do call him the Round Mountain Rebound, and they do call him Sir Charles. And we really had to go back and forth on which one makes the bracket.
Right.
Well, you can't be calling yourself Playoff P and lose all the time.
That's what I said. If you have 2 nicknames, do you really have a nickname?
Well, I was wondering if there was a situation where we would have had multiple of the same athlete in the bracket.
Vince Carter had Vinsanity and Half Man, Half Amazing. We went with Half Man, Half Amazing.
Wait. You were saying that you could have 2 nicknames for one athlete. So Shaq Diesel and
Shaqtus.
Or what's the other one? The big
Aristotle.
The big Aristotle.
Yeah,
Shaqtus was very specific. That was just for the Phoenix Shaquille O'Neal.
Which lasted like 90 days in my memory.
Kind of like Kevin Durant.
Okay, so by the way, if you're looking here, the Hoops and Handles region, we don't have Round Mountain Rebound on there, but don't worry, it's in the.
Yeah, basketball players are so pervasive in this list that they can steep into other brackets.
Yeah, they're in different regions. So
I got this bracelet from a guy in the steam room.
Don't worry, we would not leave Charles Barkley off the list. So again, Hoops and Handles, the Legacy and Legends region, both of those are live, and we're going to make 2 more live tomorrow. Speaking of legends, though, Randy Moss, certainly a legend. He's back, by the way. He's feeling healthy, which that's first and foremost because he was going through a serious health issue. But he seems like he's back, and he's already firing off hot takes, which is that Tyreek Hill nowhere near an all-time great. That's the quote. He said this to the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. He's nowhere near all-time. Where is he at in today's game? Tyreek Hill's probably top 5. I put him top 5, but that doesn't mean he's an all-time great. Now, I think a lot of people may be taken aback by that. Here's some numbers to back this up. Tyreek Hill Pearl is 31 years old right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is 42nd all-time in career receptions at 798. That's just behind former Falcons wide receiver Roddy White and just ahead of tight end Zach Ertz. Now, he's also 42nd all-time with career receiving yards. That'd be 11,098. That's just behind your guy, former Eagle wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, and just ahead of Chad Ochocinco, who did make this list in a different region. 82 career touchdowns, currently tied with Anquan Bolden and Reggie Wayne for 30th all-time.
Okay, so those numbers aren't going to quite get him into it. Like, will you say all-time list? Like, that's not going to get you in the top 10, but he can improve upon them. He can
He's
move up.
31 years old, though, with playing with a quarterback that gets injured a lot.
I think that I'm a little... Listen, I thought that was an unnecessary critique because Tyreek Hill at his peak was arguably the best player in the NFL. I mean, close. He was just such a weapon.
He's also playing on one of the best teams in the NFL, though. I mean, it's not like he had nobody throwing to him. He had Patrick Mahomes.
He was just so different, though. He was so that I understand. Of course, when you put those numbers, he's not going to make a top 10 list. But there was something just unique about Tyreek Hill. He's one of the fastest players I've ever seen. Good nickname, too, Cheetah.
Didn't make this list.
Yeah, I mean, that's not quite... Yeah, again, he's not on the all-time nickname list or the all-time receiver list. I just think that was a little mean. Like, I don't know. Like Randy Moss, would you put Tyreek Hill? Like, that's the other thing, too. Like, who's on the all-time list? Like Don Hudson? Like Tyreek Hill would run circles around him.
Well, that's a plumber and fireman kind of conversation,
Yeah, I don't
different
know.
eras. But he is an 8-time Pro Bowler and a 5-time All-Pro.
So he's a Hall of Famer.
First team All-Pro. Right.
Right. The way Randy Moss talked about him, it almost
9-time
implied
MVP.
he's not a Hall of Famer, and he is a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. We're talking about all-time greats. So we're talking about the inner circle, you know?
So I'm looking at NFL.com, for example, has a list of top 10 receivers of all time. And number 9 is Marvin Harrison. Yeah, he's not quite there. But he's more explosive than Marvin Harrison. He did some things better than Marvin Harrison. Number 8 is Calvin Johnson. Number 7 is Larry Fitzgerald. He's not quite in that conversation, but I don't think he's so far below. It's not crazy to consider him, is it? Like Randy made it sound like there's no way you would think about him as an all-time great receiver. That's what I read in the quote.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think people would probably be shocked to hear he's this low on career receiving yards,
But he'll jump
receptions,
up.
and touchdowns.
Yeah, he'll jump up a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, he got hurt last year, so the first he only played. Actually, they're saying that he was in 17 games last year, but we know that he was like sidelined throughout those games. I don't know.
Well, I
31?
mean, listen, did you see the ESPN has been ranking every position? Jeremy Fowler has been putting together a list of executives, and he's still top 5.
I mean,
So he's 3, wasn't
When you
he?
talk about active players, only 2 players have more All-Pro first-team selections. Well, actually, 1.
2 receivers or 2 players?
No, players.
Wow.
Only 1. Actually, he's only 1 because Zach Martin just retired. Bobby Wagner is the only other player.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
The other thing, too, is he's just first of all, he's got a lot of off-field stuff. That's part of the conversation with him. It always has been. But is he, take Marvin Harrison or Larry Fitzgerald or even Calvin Johnson, there are certain things that Tyreek Hill could do that none of those guys could do. I mean, he was just a massive home run threat. And there are a lot of things they could do that Tyreek Hill can't do.
Okay, so do you think because Tyreek Hill's speed differentiated him in so many ways that he deserves to be higher on the list than his career numbers would suggest? Because I could say, yeah, you could look at it that way, and maybe you want to put him in an all-time greats category. But he also, again, he was on this amazing team. I'm not saying that anything came easy to him, but kind of. I mean, how many people got to play with Mahomes?
His best season was in Miami, though, statistically. He led the league in receiving with 1,800 yards in 2023. I mean, that was kind of a wide-open offense. But he did it in Miami, so does that help? Again, he'll move up that list a little bit, though, Maggie, because he'll be in the top 20. I think he's going to be good this year. You're really down on the Dolphins. I think that's part of it. We're kind of worried that they're all going to get hurt.
I'm a little. I mean, how dare I? I'm a little down on the Dolphins for sure. And I'm looking at guys who are ahead of him or right near him on this list, like a Zach Ertz. Who? How dare you? Had some good years in Philly, but then didn't have nearly the caliber of quarterback. I think. I mean, I guess was Kyler.
I mean, Zach Ertz.
To him? Yeah, Kyler.
Yeah, he was in
his
some
rookie
big
year.
offenses.
Okay.
But I mean,
Roddy Whitehead, Matt Ryan. I don't know. I think that for Tyreek Hill, I think of guys like Tim Brown, who never got to play with a great quarterback. He was catching passes from 16 different guys in his career. It was just silly. And Tyreek Hill got to play with the greatest of all time. And so if you couldn't become the greatest then.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What was the greatest era of Patrick Mahomes in terms of his production? It was definitely with Tyreek Hill.
Who caught that big pass in the Super Bowl? That was all Tyreek Hill. I mean, Patrick underthrew him by 10 yards against the Niners in 2019.
But do you think that really the years when even they're winning the Super Bowl, but it's obviously not the numbers that Mahomes put up, that people think Mahomes is doing any less? Are they any less great?
Yeah, definitely.
I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody is just a little down on his production.
Okay, but if we had a draft and you could start your franchise with one quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes.
Still Patrick Mahomes, but
that far ahead.
He can do more.
Right. But I guess if I was arguing, do I want to, who would I rather face, Patrick Mahomes in 2019 with that cheetah or Patrick Mahomes just dinking and dunking to Travis Kelce? I would take that Travis Kelce-led team any day of the week.
That's true.
Matching up against them.
But they won they won both ways.
Yeah, I know. But when we think about the Patrick Mahomes highlight reel, I don't think you're going to see these 10-yard, 8-yard possession receptions. You're going to see these bombs to Tyreek Hill.
Well, to be honest, you're probably going to see Ring Around the Rosie,
You're going to see that left-handed
stupid
pass.
stuff too. The left-handed
Yeah.
pass, him like floating through the air, as he's kind of also throwing a touchdown pass.
13 seconds against the Bills.
Actually,
Well, obviously.
the most unstoppable I've ever seen him is that first year in Miami. That was like, you could not cover that guy at all. He was like prime Calvin Johnson. Like, you couldn't double team him. He'd run right past a double team.
Magatron.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he was
That's
talking
why
about
I
getting
think
2,000
changed him.
yards. Yeah, so he was talking about getting 2,000 yards, and it didn't sound crazy at the time.
Yeah, because he's an impossible cover because he was so fast. Now he's 30 and injury prone. So, but he'll move way up that. Don't worry about Zach Ertz. He's going to blow past that.
Oh, Zach Ertz is
He's still playing, I know.
on a really good offense, on a Cliff Kingsbury offense.
Zach Ertz has been playing football since I was like in the 4th grade. That's incredible.
888-710-4ISN. Some of these tight ends hang around for a long, long time. 888-710-4476. Dominic is calling from San Francisco. He's got a bone to pick with our nickname bracket. 64 nicknames have been released. What's up, Dom?
I have a bone to pick? How?
Did we leave somebody off?
No, I don't know. I'm going to go definitely with the coolest adjective, which is cool, and say Joe Cool for Joe Montana. Oh. And I have
We
the
have Broadway
coolest
Joe.
radio voice.
Does that
I have
count?
the coolest radio voice, and that's EJ.
EJ the DJ. We found out.
He's going to have his own show, and he's going to be super famous one day.
Well, that's
Wow. There you go, EJ.
Promise I didn't pay him to say that.
that's a given, Dominic, because Perloff and I know talent when we see it.
His efficiency wasn't good and his field goal percentage and blah, 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 blah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, so Joe Cool is not on the field, and not in the field of 64.
Right, yeah. I'm going to Dom realize he's not in the field, but he said that's the ultimate nickname.
Wait,
Joe
you
Cool.
know what nickname we forgot?
Fat Trick is crazy.
Patrick Mahomes. We would never. I'm still not convinced that's a real nickname for Patrick Mahomes. Fat Trick Mahomes.
I mean, Fat Trick is crazy. I thought so too until that radio host was talking about how fat he was in Kansas City, and everybody's mad at that guy. And I was like, maybe Fat Trick is a thing.
So we do not have Joe Cool, and we don't have Patrick Mahomes.
This crap is crap.
However, we do have one great quarterback nickname.
This might be the thing that gets me off.
Pillsbury Throwboy.
Oh.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Giant legend.
Hefty
Legit.
lefty. He has 2 nicknames, too.
Another guy with 2 left names. Because when you put that one down, I thought of him more of the hefty lefty.
Jared Lorenzen.
Yeah. Super Bowl champion, Jared Lorenzen.
He might have been one of the most entertaining college football players I've ever seen.
Did they call him Pillsbury Throwboy in college?
Yeah.
Though? Okay.
I think
Yeah.
so,
That dated back to college at Kentucky. I mean,
So
those
that
teams
did
were
make the list.
Those
Joe
teams were not
Cool
good,
did
but
not.
he was great. No, Joe Cool did not make the list, but Jared Lorenzen's in there.
And if you have a problem with that, then we have a problem with you.
I mean, Pillsbury Throwboy is elite, too.
Exactly.
I was looking at Broadway Joe and thought we had Joe Cool, so I think we have a Joe.
We do have
Joe
Broadway
Gibbs.
Joe.
By the way, Randy Moss nickname. He deserves a better nickname.
Yeah, he was the freak, right?
He was the freak, but it was loose. Like, he wasn't really called that a lot.
84 don't stretch on game day.
Yeah, that was a problem. That didn't stick. And to be honest, he played in the same era of a guy who was the freak, and it stuck, which was
Javon Curse.
Yeah, Javon Curse definitely stuck.
Great
Yeah.
nickname, too.
Well, they also, ESPN, to their credit, did come up with the segment Getting Mossed, and that was
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah.
I
With
mean,
those 50-50 balls.
T.O. is just T.O. That's not a nickname, is it?
Yeah, I think I am proud that for this listing, we did not do any, just initials. So that's a problem we have today. We have AP, we have AD,
We have CeeLo.
we have KD. Those are not real nicknames. SGA, that's not a nickname.
If you had AK-47,
that's different.
Yeah, Andre Kirilenko.
Yeah,
That
because
was on the back of his jersey.
there's an actual reference to something else, but there is no reference that goes along with AD.
Yeah, how about the great receivers all lack. Jerry Rice was the GOAT, but that wasn't really till later. The receivers should have better nicknames. We got to work on this
Ocho
one.
Cinco,
Ocho Cinco's in there.
who changed his name.
And Megatron.
That's not a nickname anymore. That's his legal name.
I ain't gonna wear no underwear.
And Megatron doesn't make it. Our own Andrew Kaplan.
Yeah, like Ahmad Rashad's not a nickname. That's his. If you change your name, you're out.
A little different. Andrew Kaplan, our very own, has an issue with our bracket.
NBA reporter, Rashad?
And Kaplan did
Yeah, do you know his real name?
I don't know.
His before he changed his name?
No, I don't. Jack.
I don't remember.
Oh, Pearl.
Bobby Moore.
Wow.
What?
You You guys didn't know Abishai came up in Oregon as Bobby Moore, and like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar changed his name.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
I learned this today. Wait, Cap has an issue?
Yeah. Well, Cap, EJ, I mean, you guys did a lot of great work on this, so I want to make sure that all of Cap's grievances are also heard because he worked so hard on this.
Yeah, what does he got?
We do not have the Greek god of walks.
That's a Yankee legend.
Oh, I love that nickname.
Yep. Kevin Youkilis did not make the field of 64.
Who's not Greek, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. That's yeah. I remember there was a guy named Sam Jacobson in Minnesota. Remember that? And Keith Olbermann called him the Jewish Jordan, and he wasn't Jewish. That was really good.
No, Youkilis, the Greek god of walks, did not make it into the field of 64. But obviously, we have a super high bar. I mean, just beyond high. So
what a 30-game stretch he had with the Yankees.
Hoops and Handles is available for you to vote on now at Maggie and Pearl on X. Also, the Legacy and Legends region. And we will the whole bracket's out, so you can see everything. But you can vote on 2 more regions tomorrow.
We're talking about practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is of Romanian descent. What if the Greek freak wasn't from Greece? Like that. Yeah, the Greek god of walks was a great one.
There you go. Okay, so lots more to do. Oh, man. Okay, we have to answer this one very important question about the NFL. And we will both do that next. Maggie Pro.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You're in a 5-minute break.
Know you, he barely knows midnight. This is getting set there. What's go on? Do you?
Daily was waiting.
Andrew Perloff loves his turtle, college shield shot play.
Amy Lawrence in her power. But wait, hold up. No seat in sight. Her chair is gone this quiet night. Odyssey's finest, infinity's pride. Now Amy's pacing, no place to slide. She scans the room, but it's just air. A burning question, who took my chair? Ooh, who stole Amy's chair? Was it Zach Jones with his innocent stare? Or Ryan Hickey with the witness towering hair? It's not people lying, he's never there. Somebody fess up, who stole?
Down in San Antonio, there's a man you should know. Kevin Lamelli puts on quite a show. 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups with your squats in a row. A workout machine, he's got that morning glow. Kevin Lamelli, breakfast king. That exact time here, the sun sing. Sometimes it's oatmeal, he's keeping it clean. But every single morning he's living the dream. Into Maggie and Perloff on YouTube each day. Comments rolling in, got plenty to say. But there's one thing missing, it's becoming a trend. Where's Manny at? Didn't he just begin? Like his mentor Belani, he's coasting the crew. Consistently MIA, what's a viewer to do? Kevin Lambo, breakfast king. That exact time here, the sun sing. Sometimes it's oatmeal, he's keeping it clean. But every single morning he's living the dream.
Sitting in my room, scrolling through the tube, watching Maggie and Perloff, getting in the groove. Found a viewer in the chat, his name's Dalton, I'm Brian. Spitting fire comments, he's the #1 fan. Got his fingers moving, stepping non-stop, dropping all the knowledge, never gonna flop. I'm Brian, he's the king of the chat. With his love for the show, there ain't no doubt. Every episode, he's always in the mix. Leaving comments for the host, he's got the tricks. Watching Maggie Perloff, getting in the groove. Found a viewer in the chat. His name
30 seconds remaining.
Tube audience again.
15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Hyundai's 2025 hybrid vehicle lineup. Advanced safety and technology meets hybrid efficiency. It's the best of both worlds. I'm already upset at the voting. We're doing a bracket of the best sports nicknames of all time, and my guy is in trouble, Maggie. My guy Vince Carter, half man, half amazing. It's he's losing badly. If you want to go to X, the @Maggie and Pearl X feed, you can vote on our bracket, the best nicknames of all time. And unfortunately, we did a bracket with a lot of basketball players, and the basketball nicknames are so elite. You have to be so good to get out of here.
So half man, half amazing. Vince Carter is an 8 seed going up against the 9 seed, the Greek Freak. Tough. Real tough. These 8-9 matchups
Yeah,
are
I mean,
just
they're both great nicknames.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
killers. Steve's in Hawaii. Steve, there's another person we left
good morning.
out. How you doing?
Hi, Maggie. Hey, listen, bear with me. It's 3:25 in the morning here, and I was awakened. I fell asleep. I was awakened by what I thought was the voice of an angel, and then I realized, oh, it's Maggie Gray. And so I thought I'd call in and give you guys a great NFL nickname from the past. He's a 1974 inductee in the NFL Hall of Fame. In 1952, I believe it was, he set a league record his rookie year with 14 interceptions in a 12-game season. That record still stands today. And he was known, his nickname is because he was known as for his signature tackle. It was called the Night Train Necktie. And I'm talking about Richard Dick Night Train Lane. Star cornerback for the NFL, 14 seasons, played for the Rams, Cardinals, and his last team was with the Lions. And I relate to him because one of our great Hawaii football players, Rodney Freitas, was a Detroit Lion.
Steve, it's a great one. We had Night Train Lane. I promise you, we did have him on other versions of our bracket. And thank you for saying my voice like an angel, though I think you may have been joking about that. I remind you of Velma from Scooby-Doo.
That's a great clip.
And Night Train Lane didn't make it in the final
Maggie
64.
tried to follow, but Velma's a sexy one, right? Because in the 90s and 2000s remake of Scooby-Doo, they cast beautiful women as Velma.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Because everyone's the sexy version of everything in this day and age.
Right.
Well,
and
that
then
movie
I
came out in
Googled.
like the 90s.
You're not allowed to look average
Carlinelli
anymore.
is elite.
God bless Linda.
But you can't look average anymore, even animated.
Even Velma's hot right now.
Yeah.
Like you young people. Yeah, by the way, even the Gilligan's Island cast is looking good. As I get older, I'm like, ooh, Lovey Howell. No, that is an inside joke from the show.
Okay, so right now, unfortunately, Dick Night Train Lane did not make it on, which was crushing for us.
Get out of here. No, I have no
was.
problem. Night Train Lane, that
It's such
guy
a
played
great
in the
nickname.
50s and 60s. I mean, this is a long, you start off, there's 200 nicknames we could have been there. Night Train Lane is not the most egregious one. There are more egregious ones.
We have the Galloping Ghost on there. I mean, we have guys who played the Great Bambino. We have guys who played
Great Bambino.
We have guys who played a
Who
long
is
time
she?
ago.
But you look at the seating, like the more famous you are, the more important. Like Magic Johnson and Air Jordan are 1 and 2 seeds. Like those are huge iconic names. If you walk down the street and say, "Do you know who Night Train Lane was?" Most people are going to say no.
Well, he's seven-time first-team All-Pro, Night Train Lane. Anyway, yes, CeeLo is here.
Did I see that Mr. Hockey's a 16?
I know.
Oh, this is a sore spot, CeeLo. You have no idea. You have no idea. because Maggie also dissed him in our last big project, the Mount Olympus of sports gods for every city, and did not put him on Detroit.
I put Steve Yzerman on. How long am I going to have to live this down?
Okay.
And you said because he's got a nickname, Stevie Y. And we're all like, that? The other guy's got a better nickname?
That's not why. I said because he also helped them win as an executive. And you had Gordie Howe, and I was like, you took care of it with Gordie Howe and Joe Louis, and I put on Steve Yzerman.
Well, no, actually, the one you couldn't believe I put Joe Louis on there because you said in the exercise you can't do an athlete because he's from a city. It's got to be where he played. And you said that Joe Louis's famous fights were all over.
Yeah, and then after you won that poll and such a smashing success and I got destroyed from here to Kingdom Come, then I started putting boxers and stuff on
I had random people in my life coming up to me and asking how Maggie didn't put Gordie Howe on there.
Including car salesmen.
It wasn't just that. There were many, many people that we got a lot of reaction to that one. Mr. Hockey at 16, you did it again.
Yeah, you doubled down on your
Stevie Y in there.
Gordie Howe disrespect.
Now all of this is like success is 1,000 fathers and failures an orphan. All of a sudden, when everyone's complimenting the bracket, it's a group project. Then when all of a sudden Mr. Hockey is a 16 seed, all of a sudden Maggie's to blame.
Who's the anti-Gordie Howe person in the crew? It's always been you. Guy played in 4 decades, Maggie.
I know. What is my problem with Gordie Howe? Turns out nothing.
You have
one of
hate
life's
me.
great mysteries.
You have he hate me ranked ahead of Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
Stop saying I do. You sat next to me.
He hate me is a elite nickname.
No, I was a big advocate of he hate me. I love that nickname.
He had to be in there.
He's a 15 seed in the same bracket where Gordie Howe's a 16.
All right, so it's more the quality of the nickname than
it's a combo.
What the player combo.
It's a hybrid.
Right. Okay.
It's a moving target is what it is, CeeLo. But it's available right now.
Subjective, yes.
You're the moving target.
It's available for you right now on Maggie at Maggie and Pearl on X, Maggie and Perloff on Instagram, and the voting is open in 2 of the 4 regions, the hoops and handles and the legacy and legends. So go ahead and vote.
We could have a 16-1. We could have a 16-1. We'll do that vote tomorrow. Mr. Hockey could upset a 1 seed. I won't say who, but it's possible.
All right. I like the sound of that. It's a live 16. There you go. I assume everyone's kind of all Shane Gillis out at this point?
No.
A little bit? No, you're not?
Absolutely not.
Excellent. All right. A few more from last night's ESPYs, his monologue, hosting, all that. We'll put this one in the crossover category of sports and politics.
Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. What are you booed up there, dude? Shut up.
A few didn't care for that one, I guess.
I
like the Adam Silver
people
alien,
didn't care for.
Alien or Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers. That's what I think of when I see Adam Silver.
That's funny.
With those ears and the bald head.
So Gillis also tells a story in the monologue that's not really so much of a joke, but he tells a story about being at the Super Bowl. He's a big Eagles fan, so he was there to watch the Eagles beat the Chiefs. And they see that President Trump is there, so they go. He and a friend are like, "Let's go get in the suite and try to meet President Trump."
Mm-hmm.
They get in. Said apparently it's not that hard. I'm like, that's not good. You should definitely have tons of security. And so he does this whole Trump impersonation.
For Trump?
No, he's doing it to the audience, impersonating what it was like to meet him. And he goes, I can't believe people think that Trump knows anything about sports. Like, he doesn't know anything about sports. He'll just be like, look at these guys, these big guys.
Yeah, huge men.
All of a sudden, he just waves over Gianni Infantino, who is the head of FIFA, God. Calls him just the head of soccer, and just brings him over. It's him, Ivanka, Trump, and then Trump walks away. And Ivanka walks away. So now it's just Gillis and Gianni Infantino, and they're just standing there awkwardly, like, no, it's the daughter, Ivanka. And they stand there awkwardly and like, well, how about that? Like, he apparently knows nothing about sports, even though he wants to do a UFC fight on the White House lawn.
Yeah, that was some big meaty men slapping meat.
Shane Gillis does a good Trump, by the way.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
spot on.
That is
legit.
Yeah.
But Trump's kind of like Christopher Walken. I think every comedian has a Trump.
I feel like Shane, because of the lines he delivers, is much better than the guy on Saturday Night Live.
The new guy on Saturday Night Live I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's nailing Trump for some reason. Some of the lines are funny.
Excuse me?
Like his
nailing the impersonation.
Yeah.
Nailing threes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think he has it down. Remember, you know who's really good? Phil Hartman used to be
the
my
best
God.
at impersonations.
Dana Carvey did George
Legend.
Bush, but I think Shane Gillis is definitely going to live off his Trump impersonation forever.
Bill Hartman and Daryl Hammond had some good
Yep.
ones as well.
Hammond was who? Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah. I think maybe some others, but Bill Clinton. Yeah.
Andy, let me talk to you for a second. You know, just act like you do on the show. Like, don't make a big deal of it. It's, I know there's a lot of cameras around. Just act like you do on the show. It's no big deal. Just relax.
Big
That's
impersonation.
Sandman. Yeah, no, I would not be able to do it. Actually, I could probably do.
Sometimes
the
my
older
accent
Bush.
gets confused.
I feel like
British
I could
accents.
pull that off.
That actually sounds a little Indian. Now I'm all over the place.
You think you could do you have a presidential accent you've been working on?
I just feel like George H.W. Bush doesn't have much of an accent, so I could just talk.
George H.W.
Yeah,
That was
the
a
older
Dana
Bush.
Carvey specialty.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. What did he do? He had a line that he would use.
1,000 points of light. Stay the course.
Who did Obama? Jay Farrow was in there.
He's very good.
Obama is an easy guy to impersonate because of his strange rhythm to the way he talks.
Cadence.
There was this one guy on YouTube who impersonated Obama well. I forgot what his name was.
How about when Key and Peele did Obama? That was
Well, that was
next
the
level.
Obama translator, Luther. But Jordan Peele would do Obama, and then
right.
Keegan-Michael Key would do Luther, the Obama translator.
I was thinking of the sketch where he would bro hug all the black guys and they would handshake the white guys.
Even the little baby.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Baby got a handshake.
That's comedy.
Anywho.
Earlier we heard Gillis touched on the Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson relationship, age gap, all that. Here was the rest of the sequence.
I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old and people are criticizing him. What happened to this country? We used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah. He's dating a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife.
Another one where the reaction wasn't great, except that guy in the back who's like, woo! So he deflected.
That guy's single.
Yeah, definitely. He deflected from
And that
there.
guy was me.
They flew in.
Impressive you got in here in time, yeah.
They let me do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that. I'm going to tell you a story. I was at we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week.
Backfired on him a little bit, and then I guess you could say leaving on a low note, he went for the Norm Macdonald tribute, saluting the OJ joke he told back in the day. Hosting the ESPYs, this one didn't land quite as well, and this was his exit stage left for the monologue.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case they can take that away from you. Well, see, a lot of you don't like me, and that's okay. That's it for me. That went about as exactly how we all thought it was going to go. I don't know why this happened.
Very awkward.
I don't know if he snuck that in at the end because I doubt that Disney and ABC would have been cool with that.
Wait, the OJ joke? Well, that one's not nearly as bad as some of the other ones.
No, but it didn't go over well the first time Norm did it all those years
right,
ago.
but it's like kind of famous and iconic. But the years, I think, have softened that.
To include Travis Hunter in that?
I felt terrible for Travis Hunter. Because first of all, he is definitely, I would say, probably never heard it the first time because it was so long ago. And now all of a sudden you're like wrapped up in this awkward OJ joke.
That joke is, I've not seen any criticism of that joke. The Caitlin Clark stuff has gotten a lot of criticism. I think, no, come on. OJ joke, that was 40 years ago. You can make OJ jokes all you want.
I don't know necessarily about it being an OJ joke, but then like tying it into a current day person.
I felt that was much more about
murdering
OJ Simpson than Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I guess.
That was more hypothetical, the only way you could do it.
It's an unfortunate stray for Travis Hunter there.
Travis Hunter know who OJ was?
I mean, McDonald got in trouble for the Saturday Night Live OJ stuff. Like the ESPYs, there was no fallout from.
There was another one where they put the camera on Travis. It had nothing to do with him, but put the camera on him and he was trying to like stifle a laugh. They did a Shedeur Sanders joke where he said Shedeur Sanders had his jersey retired by the Colorado Buffaloes. And you know, people are saying it's nepotism. It's definitely not. It's that he had a 13-12 record and almost won the Alamo Bowl.
Yes, I saw that.
Definitely not nepotism. And they put it on Travis Hunter, and he's really doing his best not to laugh.
I mean, you got to laugh at all this stuff. That's the point,
That's
no?
hilarious.
It's kind of like when Ricky Gervais would do the Golden Globes. They knew this was going to be the tone, right? That's why they did it.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
like,
so.
yeah, roast,
So Travis Hunter
Yeah.
catches a stray. Speaking of catching strays, how about the Hornets getting one from Paul George on Podcast with P?
Listen, if I'm a free agency, I'm not picking Charlotte just because there's no winning culture there alone.
Right.
Regardless, Charlotte is an amazing city.
Yes.
Would love to play for it because of the city. Like, I could see myself living there. But in terms of a basketball standpoint, I'm not going out. Like, my career over with if I go there.
Love you, Charlotte. Love the people, but yeah, the Hornets suck. So we
Well,
can't
you
do
can't
that.
be calling How did that yourself even come playoff up?
P and lose all the
I
time.
don't know.
I mean, he's under contract forever to my Sixers, unfortunately. I don't think Charlotte's going to want him either.
Yeah, I was going to say, the headline 2 days ago was Paul George undergoes arthroscopic surgery to treat left knee. I don't think Charlotte is jumping to get you either.
No. Speaking of headlines, because we do say this is headlines, I wanted to do this yesterday. Hopefully Bogusch didn't do it earlier in the week. I don't think so because it's off the beaten path. How's this for a headline? And I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher this guy's name. Marathoner Fauja Singh dies at 114 after being hit by a car. You guys did this already?
No, Manny showed it to us after the show. And
God.
the irony of this guy living this long, being this in shape, and then hit by a car. It's so sad.
And some of the backs, did you read about this
I
guy's
did not.
life?
No.
I know we don't really have time. I would recommend reading up on this guy's life, how he became a marathoner, which is a tragic story involving another family member who died in a grotesque way.
Oh, gosh.
So pretty wild.
100 years ago? Like, this is like this. So whatever happened 100 years ago.
No. He became a
he came
marathoner
later.
like late in life.
Oh, okay.
After most people are, retired.
So he actually ran. He didn't win marathon.
No,
Okay.
he ran marathons. Oldest man to run a full marathon in 2011 at the age of 100 in Toronto.
Oh, I
which
thought he
is
was like a
just
gold
wild.
medalist back in
No.
the back
This
in
was a
the Germany Olympics
he was
in
the torchbearer.
1956.
He was the torchbearer for the 2012 London Olympics. So he began running, took up distance running at the age of 89, which is wild.
Wait, here's a question. If you said he was 100 and he ran the Toronto Marathon?
It says became the oldest man to run a full marathon in 2011 at the age of 100 in Toronto.
All 26.2.
If you're like 27 years old and this guy beats your time,
I saw the time somewhere.
Just quit running.
you just stop. I'm not saying everyone has to beat his time, but like if you're in your 20s or early 30s or something,
Yeah.
and 100-year-old beats you in a marathon,
This guy remembers World War One.
yeah, that's nuts.
He was 8 when World War One ended.
You should burn your shoes.
Yeah, get
Just
into weightlifting. Do some other activity.
something else. Tennis.
Best time was
pickleball.
5 hours and 40 minutes at the 2003 Toronto Marathon.
All right, that's a long time, but that's okay.
Yeah, but he was,
He was in the original marathon in ancient Greece.
At that point, he was 91 or 92. I mean, that's crazy.
When the first marathon happened?
No, the first, the first one he ran. No. Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, he's
wild story.
got to look both ways. Is this on him?
I suppose. Yeah, it said he was
look
crossing
both ways.
crossing the road in his native village in, I think this is in India. Yeah.
If you take a look at the videos of how people drive in the bigger cities in India, I mean, in like Delhi or something like that, it looks very, very stressful. Just to even like cross the road. Can you imagine driving?
Wow. Yeah,
No.
there was a tragic hit and runs are awful. It happens all the time. Of course, that joke was inappropriate. I pulled a Shane Gillis there.
Yeah, you got
Too
that
soon.
same amount of awkward
Too soon.
silence.
I mean, the guy got 114 years in. I'm not going to feel terrible.
It's just the idea.
You
of
said look both ways.
well, he got hit crossing the road.
He was
you know?
checking out his phone.
I don't know about that.
He doesn't
probably
have a
had a
cell phone. He's
younger girlfriend like
Just-
Bill Belichick.
Setting
don't
his fantasy
expect-
cricket lineup? No.
You know, you get to 114, you don't expect cause of death to be hit by a car, you know?
That's
Well,
why it was
also-
a
Especially when you're a marathoner.
Right.
The other part is he alone crossing the street? There's nobody who's going to help him out? I'm not saying he's a child. I'm just saying, 114, you might need some assistance.
Well, he ran marathons though, so I guess he wouldn't. No one did. Someone helps him run a marathon? I would assume not.
Yeah, that's a good point. CeeLo, thank you. Fantastic job
Oh,
all
yeah.
morning long. Make sure to vote on all of our polls.
I already voted.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I did.
Any of the
I
lower
voted-
seats?
I voted against Pearl's guy, Sean Kemp.
You voted against the
Yeah,
Rain Man?
he's getting killed.
I mean,
It's the logo he's going against. It's hard.
that's iconic.
Well, the 413 is the new 512, so
There
they
you
always
go.
say that.
Yeah, they do.
And the 512 is the Black Mama against Dr. Duncan Stein. So
yeah, I went Black
go
Mama
vote.
there.
What's up?
I went Black Mama there. Sorry.
Yeah, just go chalk on that one, CeeLo. No.
Joke for him.
Okay. A lot more to do, including the most important non-quarterback in the upcoming NFL season. We'll do that next.
I could touch God right now. That's the only chance I'm ever going to get to see him.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back. Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. Okay, so the nickname bracket, it's live. Greatest nicknames in sports history. We're going to try to find a winner. The first 2 out of 4 regions are live that you can actually vote on. The others you can just see, and we'll open up the voting for the other 2 regions tomorrow. So make sure to check that out at Maggie and Pearl on Twitter and Maggie and Perloff on Instagram.
I have a rule, and I think we follow this. If you don't know the person's real name and his nickname has become his real name, I don't think it's a nickname anymore. This is I'm going to call it the Chad Ochocinco debate.
Well, you're going to sound like a hypocrite on your own bracket because Magic Johnson is a 2 seed. And I bet a lot of people don't. If you're talking about casual fans now, I bet they might not know his name.
See, I would think maybe because I'm older that Irvin, I think enough people know Irvin Magic Johnson. But Boog Powell, for example, he's not on our list because I don't think he's quite iconic enough. Nobody knows Boog Powell's real first name. Nobody knows Whitey Ford's first name. Nobody knows.
But you said nobody knows that Babe Ruth's first name.
Yes, I think the common person thinks his name is Babe Ruth.
Bambino!
Nobody calls him George Ruth. That has never been uttered.
George Herman. It's never been uttered, but people know it enough.
But if you go in the record book, the third person all time in home runs is Babe Ruth. It's not George Ruth. So that's what I mean. That's why, to me, the great Bambino is why we put in the bracket.
Yeah,
exactly.
Salt LaSwat did not
Babe.
make it in. But
Sugar Ray Robinson. What's his real name?
Ray Robinson.
Okay, that's a bad one, I guess. But that didn't make our
What
list.
did that prove?
Well, if it just became his name.
Right, yeah, no, you're making your point. That was his,
I actually.
We called him Sugar Ray?
Yeah, well,
that's
that's
he
his
had
full
Sugar
name.
Ray Leonard as well, though.
Right, nobody called him Ray Leonard.
A little more than maybe Ray Robinson.
Oh, yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson's name was Walker Smith, better known as Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah, I had a project on him in the 6th grade.
Pardon me. All right, so I guess that does deserve to be in there as a nickname.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't because that's his name. But it's funny. I thought Manny wasn't going to know Babe Ruth's real name, but then he is wearing a Yankees jersey.
Yeah. No,
George Herman, baby.
If you didn't know, we'd have to take that jersey and remove it from you.
I would have to take this jersey off of me and do the rest of the show shirtless.
Okay, so quickly, let's do, we've been teasing it all show. I would like to get it in. NFL superlative, Pearl, the non-quarterback who will either be the biggest impact or the most important non-quarterback in this upcoming NFL season is who?
Okay. We talking offense? Well, actually, you guys could go with it. I'm going to go Jamar Chase. And that goes against all my logic. The wide receivers are somewhat generic because he is the most electric offensive weapon in the game. Not only can he run deep routes, he can take a screen pass at any time. And he single-handedly, as good as Joe Burrow is, carried the Bengals at time last year. So that name just jumped off. I think he's the number one receiver in the game. I think he's the number one non-quarterback offensive player in football.
Wow. I mean, he and Justin Jefferson probably 1A, 1B, however you want to put him.
I think he's a little more electric than Justin Jefferson.
I'm not sure about that, but you could quibble with that.
Yeah.
I think both are good answers. The only problem with Jamar Chase as being the most impactful non-quarterback in the NFL is he had a great year last year, and the Bengals didn't make the playoffs. So that's definitely a mark against him and Joe Burrow, quite frankly. To me, it's got to be Travis Hunter. Because I'm so curious about how the Jacksonville Jaguars, first of all, handle this. Like, how do the snap counts break out? And, is he actually going to try to play a full slate of offense and defense at the professional level? Dion did not do that. Dion was a full-time defensive player and then playing some special teams and some offense, but not anywhere close to full-time.
So say he does play both. Like, how effective do you expect him to be?
To me, I think you're asking him to do way too much. I wouldn't do it. I'm on record of that. I'd pick a side, but I don't think they're going to do that in Jacksonville. At least that's not what we're getting. And if he actually pulls this off, again, I think it's going to have a Shohei-like impact because we've seen guys do trick plays and Mike Vrabel scoring touchdown and defensive guys getting in on offense, but not full-time.
Gosh, man,
important.
I'm all about Travis Hunter, and I didn't even think that it'd be like Shohei. Because Shohei's the best hitter in baseball, or right there, 1-2 with Aaron Judge. Like Travis Hunter, is he going to be the best at either of these?
Well, there were some people thought he was the best wide receiver in the class, even better than Ted Rowe McMillan.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those people. But the way they're going to use him, I don't know if systematically he can do this.
Thank you to EJ Stewart. Huge thank you. And Andrew Kaplan for this heavy lift of a bracket. Thank you, Manny Rodriguez, Chris LoPresti, who's been with us yesterday and today. And thank you for listening. And go vote at Maggie and Pearl.
You're in a 5-minute break.